Doesn't care. Doesn't care again. Okay, hold on.
I told you I made them mad. They got
Doesn't
mad
care.
that I didn't do stuff, so now they don't care about my notifications anymore.
Oh yeah, I didn't get one. What'd you
Doesn't.
do?
Hey everyone! Because I wasn't here last week. Yeah.
Oh,
They're like,
I
oh,
just
you
got
want to
one just now.
disappear after doing stuff? Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I like to try to have
So-
with my videos something always up. Otherwise, it will mess up my
It messes
algorithm.
up the algorithm. Yeah.
Oh wait, nope, I got it.
So now I have
Yeah,
I have to build their trust. Yeah, I just got mine too.
one.
I have to build the trust back up again, I guess.
Yeah, because my
Anyway,
views
hey,
are kinda
folks.
low in the crapper. I went to the forest. That's why.
What's going on, storyteller? Welcome back.
Where in the
Haymaker.
hell? Oh my
Welcome
gosh.
back as well.
My whole chat
What's
is
wrong?
blank.
What are you looking for?
My chat is blank. Hold on a second. Because I saw you say hello. I'm, like,
I'm actually surprised that like the chat came up
Dang.
right away when I clicked on here, because they've been doing that delay thing. At least on mine, they have. It's weird.
when I
Other
mean blank,
folks
I
have told me
mean
that they don't get that.
the box was empty. There was no top
Lady
chat.
B.
There was no X. It was just an
Mhm.
empty
A
outline.
box. Yep.
And I'm like,
Yep.
okay, all right, trash. Trash.
That yeah. But that is our life with YouTube. They don't care about
They
us.
don't care.
They don't
So
really
anyway,
care
yeah,
about
apologies in advance because you have to hear my voice sounding like this and it still sounds horrible. I'm sorry. But Sphinx, you weren't here last time. What's going on?
No, yeah.
How's your week going?
It's good. It's good. Going good. I've been busy, but I did manage to sit down and catch up because I was behind. I had only watched the first episode. So I had to watch 3 episodes today.
Speed run.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had to
Gotta do what
speed
you
run
gotta
through
do.
it. I got it done. I'm ready now.
Awesome.
What you think of the
We're
first
glad
two?
you could make it.
I like him. I like him a lot. I'm really liking it. You don't like it?
Oh no, I
Mhm.
love it. Don't, girl, no.
Oh,
I
I
was
was
like,
gonna say.
absolutely not. What? This is my joint in the jam.
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. I love that
Mhm.
first episode. I like the second. Like that first episode, I thought was really good. The second one too, and the third and the fourth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen.
I really
Paul's-
like how they're telling this story.
Mm-hmm. It's taking
saw-
me back.
I saw Paul's actor in a trailer recently, and I'm trying to remember.
You saw who in a trailer?
Paul, the brother who jumped in the show.
Oh, is it that movie with Michael B. Jordan that's coming out?
I don't
The
know.
horror
if that, I
movie
don't
that
think
he's
that was
doing with
him.
Ryan?
No, I don't. I think it's something on Netflix that I saw. Him
I haven't
in.
watched a lot of trailers lately.
Listen, the trailers are out. The trailers are out and about.
Yeah, normally I keep up with them, but I can't.
There's trailers.
I just saw a
everywhere.
little bit of the Green Lantern, of what they're doing with that, and what else did I? There was something else that came up that I watched. Anyway, things coming out in the future look interesting, but we'll get to those when we get to them. For right now, we're talking about the drama, and last time we ended with Louis having his little mini breakdown after getting the block destroyed, basically.
No, that's episode 3. We
was
only
it?
did. Yeah,
With
we only
the
did,
the guy? No, I mean the dude, the alderman that he killed. Wasn't that how
That's
we
3.
ended the last stream?
No,
Yeah, that was
Okay,
it.
my bad.
Episode 3.
that's the end of episode 3.
Oops. Okay, I was jumping ahead. So let me backtrack a little bit more. See, I didn't have my notes open. That's why. Okay.
Like, listen,
Look,
I have my videos.
I've been
up.
sickly. All right. I'm like high on NyQuil right now. Don't judge
That's
me
how I remember
too
stuff.
harshly, y'all.
I gotta
Okay.
Go back to my videos. When did we end? I think. Hold on. Let me see.
It's not my fault.
It was. Oh yeah, just them talking
Here
about
we go.
how they killed the. What's it? They killed the tenor because he couldn't sing.
Yeah, because just
That was so fucking
antics. Okay,
You gonna get this
it's
today
fucking
or die.
Like poor dude. I'm so sorry. I mean, he wasn't exactly wrong in that assessment, but he didn't have to die for that.
He
bro.
didn't have to die.
Like you just
And why do you have to give him a singing lesson first just to
Eat him.
humiliate him?
Because he rude. Because he rude like that. He don't care.
He
But
was like,
at this point in time,
I'm right here. You
Louis
should
is.
be.
And Lestat is basically on that same bullshit at the beginning here because they sitting on a bench and he's going through this whole, well, let me tell you what I know about this street and all those things. And Louis just sitting there trying to ignore him and look like, yeah, did they tell you about the slaves they killed? And
Exactly.
heads that they put up on the gate as a warning and whatnot.
What about the black side of that?
Well, I wasn't up to that that chapter yet.
No, I mean talking about him. He's talking to Louis. He's talking to Lestat. Like, so what about the black side of that, sir? Like, he said it's a black side. And
that's the excuse that he tries to give him. Like, well, we didn't get there yet. He's like, but then, and I understand why Louis would say that because my thoughts would be in that same place. But then he starts going like, shouldn't we like be more as vampires and whatnot? Shouldn't we be more selective in the people we take out? Like, we should make it be like the criminals, and we could help elevate all of like the higher arts people. And Lestat is like, look, bitch, I don't care how rich they are or what they're contributing to society. They could still be assholes too. Well, the fuck do you mean? Everyone is our food.
What? Louis wants to be vampire vigilante.
You worried about
come on,
right? It's almost like he wants to have the Carlisle way of life, but he's going about it the wrong way, and he's doing it for the wrong reasons. And for y'all that don't know, Carlisle, that's a Twilight reference because Carlisle's coven mostly were all vegetarian vampires also. But they start walking down the street and they're listening to people's thoughts. And Lestat was like, well, he's low-key low life. He was like, he's a drunk. That's not illegal. He's just trying to make it home. He's stumbling a little bit. That's all right.
He's like,
and he goes past another one. All right. Well, the kid, he's stealing from his mama to get these cheap ass suits and whatnot so he could look good for his bullshit friends. It's like, oh, that's petty theft, man. But bro, you said the criminals though.
Yeah.
Didn't you say the criminals?
He is literally just poking him like, okay, you want to play this game? Okay, I got you. What about this guy over there? Okay. You see what he did? What about that? Is that enough? Is that enough criminal? Like, where's the line of criminal? Like,
how bad do they have to be?
Exactly. So I'm hungry. He's like, I'm hungry right now.
Right. Is Lestat being petty? Yes. Do we subscribe to the petty? Yes.
Because
he's 100% correct. He is 100% correct. And he called Louis out on his fuck shit before they even got off the bench. He's like, look, hey Jackie. Oh, Kiki's in the spot. What's going on, girl? Look, Lestat is a vibe, okay? I will absolutely say he is. Is he on some fuck shit? Yes, but like we just said, do I subscribe to his brand of petty? Yeah,
I'm here for it.
He's entertaining to watch.
That's the best part.
He very much is.
No matter what.
Oh, I didn't see Mina come in. Hey, girl. Yeah. So what's happening right here? Like before they got up, he looked at him and was like, look, you're calling them, trying to put that separation because you know that's going to appeal to me. Okay, I fucking see you, bruh. Don't think I don't know what you're trying to do with this fuck shittery. So they get to the one guy and Louis can't think up a better excuse for him not to be killed. And Lestat's like, finally snatches him up. Look, don't worry about him twitching. That's just because I hit that one disc out of his brainstem. Can you come and hurry up?
He was like a 3, a 2, a 1. All right, and we're done. It was like, and we're done. Now you have to eat him because now he's gonna
and he still eats the cat.
And still Louis like, and he forces himself to eat the cat because he almost does it because the blood was calling to him. The thirst, like they said, the thirst will always get you.
I understand. He still is in the throes of his humanity and he's having a really bad.
He doesn't know how to separate yet.
And I mean, I get it, but this right here, wait until the last possible second for you to be hungry just so you can pop off and just like do something crazy. Like, come on, sir. You need to think about it and follow Lestat and just feed yourself until you can like handle it better. Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
I thought it was kind of interesting that he's still struggling so bad, and it's been like 6 years at this point.
It's been years.
Yeah, and he still hasn't wrapped his head around it. I mean, he's been killing this whole time and just been feeling really bad about it for like 6 years.
But I don't understand. Like, is me? But I know. I see the similarities. Like, he's been doing this for 6 years, and I get that he wants to still live the way he wants to, and that's fine, but you have new rules you have to incorporate, bruh. You putting this shit off and putting this shit off, like you're going around having your little animal diet, but you barely have the strength to sit and hold a book to read. The animals that you're going after, the little tiny rats and the cats and the puppies and whatnots, they're not sustaining you. Now, if you want to go into the swamp and maybe get you a couple gators, they some big boys. Then maybe it's a bear out there, a wolf or something. That possibly would give you what you need. But the little alley cats ain't doing it, bro. You're wasting time. And you're putting yourself and everyone else in danger because the minute that thirst hits and you can't hold back, you're not gonna be able to control yourself, and you can possibly wipe out a whole ass town because of your thirst. It's wild.
Trash.
Like eat a cow, something. Like if you want to stay with animals, that's cool, but you can't. It can't just be the alley cats, bro. That's not enough.
It's not gonna cut it.
It's too funny.
You go straight to the farm.
Yeah, it's a little bit absurd.
Getting the chicken.
So yeah, I think he has it. What did he say? It's like, everyone's capable of evil. It's not just the quote unquote good ones. All right. So I think we cut to the club that Louis owns, and he's happy and whatnot. So, they got the new showgirl out singing on the stage, and Louis said he hired her because when she came in, she said, "Oh, I heard about this in Atlanta and whatnot." And he's happy about being talked about in Atlanta, bro. That's only like that's not that far away.
Well, back then, you got to think about it. That's word of mouth.
Back then, fair enough. Yeah,
that's word of mouth travel.
Fair enough.
Yeah, for your name to spread that far back in those days, that was like a big deal.
The difference between Taylor Swift being popular now and Michael Jackson being popular in the 80s and 90s, where we didn't have social media, but people still knew where his hotel was and showed up outside. Like it was that type 100%.
Of stuff.
Instead of being like, Taylor Swift is going to be on at 8 p.m. in England because she has a concert and it's posted up everywhere. Like people was finding out where Michael Jackson was before his shit. He's supposed to be relaxing and they're outside his hotel, like that type of stuff. So I see why he's like, yeah, go ahead and hire her. And thing is, she didn't sound bad. She sounded really good, which Lestat appreciated.
Yeah.
He loves him some music.
But exactly, because he loves the music, and she wasn't bad to look at either. So yeah.
But I just feel like
he was feeling it.
He is making a mess. I feel like Lestat is so one-track minded that he just has Louis, and that's all he wants. He'll deal with whatever this man has. Louis, but he has Louis.
He's bored though. He has him and he's bored.
He's not bored. I don't think he's bored. I think he just enjoys poking him. He knows that Louis is still sensitive to, like, he's still trying to
he wants to dabble in human affairs.
Yes,
as he says.
So he's humoring him. He's not bored. He's like, listen, as anywhere I go, I'm gonna find entertainment. I'm gonna be entertained. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to enjoy myself. And as a matter of fact, he was sitting there like, oh, A, B, C, D, F, G. And then he got up there and was like, well, you need to do something about this man. He picked a fight with the pianist just to get up there and play and flip.
My bro, you could have just went up there and played. You literally could have just walked up on the stage and said, "Hey, move over, bro. Let's do a little tango together."
Who was going to check?
It could have been simple.
He has to find entertainment wherever he can get it. He's so old. He's probably, he got to keep things lively.
That's why I'm saying that he's bored. It's not like he wants to leave Louis and go somewhere. No, he just doesn't like the routine. After it's been like a week, he needs something else to interject in the movements.
And poking the bear is poking the bear. He's going to be like, "Oh my God, you're so sad about this. Oh my God, you love this. You love this cup."
Fucking
exactly.
You are right, Jackie.
I got a better
a bunch of farm animals going dying is going to start questions, but that's why you learn to pace yourself. That's the key thing right there.
I just feel like you can just go ahead and eat a little bit. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to kill the person to eat them, right? Like you don't have to kill them.
Can tell on you.
Not if you keep them in the basement. Listen.
Wow.
Oh,
listen.
Talk about keeping hostage.
I'm not saying keeping hostage. I'm just saying you got to find somebody who is willing to sit.
No, see, I would say not. Well, I mean, not even willing to sit. I mean, familiars are a thing.
Yeah.
This could easily just be a contract. There's a lot there's always been like that two-way street between vampires and their familiars and what they can do. So I mean, I feel like they could have gone about the whole operation a better way. But look, see, of course you're gonna co-sign to the shit.
Absolutely, keep them in the basement. You go out the back. It's your door right there. Don't go too far because I'll find you. I'll bite the bitch out of you.
I mean, Louis does have one eventually. He has a familiar.
Exactly. We see it in the future. He's got somebody following him around.
Way and leave Louis alone because they were in love. You see, Louis ain't trying to go nowhere either. He as much as he be talking that bullshit, let Lestat try to get him and go somewhere.
Well, I mean, technically, he didn't go up and go anywhere. He was like involved with the lady.
I don't think we can either confirm or deny the validity or invalidity of that statement.
No.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Allegedly, we can't say or not say anything. Allegedly,
it's a negative. The funny part is there are places to hide people in the basement because there's so many. Like there's like a what's it called when you have the underspace?
The crawl
under
space?
the house. Yeah,
the cupboard under the stairs.
Yeah, no, it's a crawl space that goes into the bottom left side of the house.
I always call those places the Harry Potter.
Listen, when I had plumbing problems, and the guy was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and check." He crawled his ass in there, and I was like,
"And there'll be all sorts of wild animals in there."
Oh my god, he crawled up under there like nobody's business, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah." And then one other guy put his mouth on the pipe, and I went,
"What the hell,
girl?
You gotta explain."
What kind of plumbing is that?
Sorry, sidebar because
it's real. It's a real thing. Like my HVAC was frozen, so that's why we couldn't have any air in the house because it was frozen because something was clogged in it. So we turned it off for like a day, and it thawed out. And the guy was like, "Oh, okay, so we're gonna go check it." My brother was here. Thank God I wasn't here for it. And so there's a pipe that is from the HVAC that drains into the sewer, and anytime the sewer floods, it hits the pipe, and it goes through. And so he went down there, grabbed that pipe, and went
no filter,
nothing. Just grab the pipe.
Actual lips
on that pipe
to get the nasty out.
He was like,
"I don't teach that in HVAC school."
He was like, "I don't think I think the clog is gone because I'm able to." I'm like,
"What if it wasn't gone? He just sucked it in." That's gross.
It was.
No gracias.
Yeah, my brother called me. He was like, "Meek, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up." Because I'm at work. I'm like, "What?" Thinking I gotta go home. You're like, "What?"
Bruh, and her brother is not some little slight dude at all. No, this is a man. He thick.
Listen, my mom was on the phone like,
when she told me, I did the exact same thing.
Oh my god. Yeah, he did that.
Yeah, so that was our pipe problems.
Basement
sidebar. So yeah. Let's not talk about the basement no more though.
Oh my gosh. Feelings was hurt.
Oh man, okay. Where the fuck were we? We were at the club. We're getting to the ordinances now, aren't we? We're at the club and they're talking to the new singer. Then it swings back into where everybody's at the poker game, and Louis talking about all the fuck shittery that's going down and saying that the people behind these damn ordinances that's trying to cut money from my pockets and me and the other black folks' pockets
making
around here are the motherfuckers that come and spend money at my spot the most.
Matter of fact, the people you're
every last one of them
playing cards with.
Everyone sitting at the table right there in the game playing cards. Everybody is the one putting these ordinances up against Louis and everybody else.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is a new name, I do believe. Adam Jeffrey Playhouse. Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Hope you're enjoying the chuckles. Thank you for being here.
Listen, it was rough. But I just found it funny for that whole entire situation that they knew. Of course, they'll let the property value rise, let the traffic come through. They'll kick out everybody who is already there to put their business there to benefit from the traffic that's coming through. And not to mention the fact that the guy that he promoted up in his old spot is actively working with the people trying to get him the hell out
to get him out.
Over.
Yep.
I'm like,
yep.
This is why.
And the funny thing is,
you can only go so high before they try to slap your ass down.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, while they're going through this, and they bring up that conversation with the ordinances. The one like the main guy that was talking during the card game and was telling them what was going on. They were the other guy that had offered the 15% last time.
Hold on, you're talking about the mustache guy? Like the dark mustache guy, the guy with the dark hair.
Is his name Fenwick?
I don't remember. Because
I know there's a guy with like white blonde hair, and then there's a guy with dark hair.
And then there's the one with the dark hair.
Okay,
is who's saying, because what ends up happening is Louis used his lawyer, and I'm sure his lawyer is very well paid because he came up with the 100% like flawless reach around. Oh, you trying to get my money? Okay, well let me go over here, make your ladies part owners of your thing, and then all of them collectively we can go in and send another paper out like, hey, you can't charge us this bullshit because that is impeding on our rights to do what we need to do with our business, and it your ordinance can't go here. And they ended up winning that, so they basically get to make the money that other people around them do not. And it's legal. Is it a backwards reach around? Yes. Is it legal? Yes.
Yes. And
there's nothing he can do about it. And the big man is mad. But then the guy with the dark hair that's talking about it, the shit disturber, I like to call him, he's laughing at him like, bro, you put your hands in his pockets. Did you not expect him to come back with something? What do you mean? And he laughs like, oh, this is beautiful capitalism. That's what the fuck you get.
I just think that it's all trash. It's 120% trash.
And it's the way business goes even now.
I wouldn't be able to play the game. I'm a vampire. I'm not playing the fucking games.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of you. Matter of fact, this episode is the reason why I'm a little bit frustrated with Louis, because he had the later on in the episode, he goes, go ahead.
That's exactly where I was going.
Stupid. And he doesn't think about the effect of what he's doing on everybody else who's not him. Like, no matter what, he's going to be here. He has Lestat in his corner. He has money in his corner. He can go anywhere, anytime, because he's got a purse. Everybody else is just struggling. So when he did what he did, and him, that man up on that fence with that whites only sign,
mind you,
hollered.
Right. Did he deserve it? Yes. Was it hilarious? And did I chuckle with Meeks? Yes.
Yes.
However, it was reckless and stupid.
It was a bad idea.
Why he didn't clear out him first. Why he didn't clear out the people first? He could have bought everybody out and then had them move and reset up their businesses somewhere safe, and then he could have acted a fucking fool.
And then act the fool. You gave them reason to do everything that they did for the rest of the episode. Say that again, Sphinx. I didn't hear you.
I just said he let his impulses take over.
Yes. And he was talking about, well, I did this for my people, for the city. Your people don't have jobs anymore now because of you.
Or homes.
Why? Because more of them ordinances got your shit shut down to where you can't skirt around it this time, especially since you've been ignoring the problem, just like your fucking thirst. So all these people that you want to protect and you want to help, all of their businesses now, since that sign, and people know where that fucking sign came from, is hanging on this dead man on this gate. Now, as what always happens in prosperous Black situations, where people of the paler persuasion will say are going to try to come in and take shit because they're jealous because they're not making as much money there as they want to. Everything has to burn now so they can rebuild, and they can get the government grants for free to do that because of the bullshittery that they left there to fester.
Yep.
You helped tear down what you swore up and down you were trying to save.
It's just
good job.
And I think the even funnier part about that is Lestat let it happen. He sat there and he was like, oh my God.
Because he knew where it was going. And Louis had to learn his lesson.
Well, and he was also mad because Louis was out here playing with that other guy that he used to know a long time ago.
Yes, we did. Yes, I did skip over that a little bit. Let's let Leah.
Yeah, that was before the thing that we're talking about.
Yeah,
like
it happened. It was one of the few interjections in between that storyline.
Lestat's a hypocrite.
Fucking Lestat. He is. He is, because you know the shit that was going down with the girl, and Louis wasn't fucking with it, but he wasn't going to stop him either. It was like, look, you know what? Do your thing. I get it. I'm gonna go find some more cats or something or other to eat, so I don't have to sit here and watch that shit. And Lestat was saying, oh, of course it's Lestat. He's a hoe, so he gonna do what the fuck he gonna do. And Lou was like, okay, well, I could do the same thing too, right? And he was like,
yeah, go ahead.
For a second. Of course.
He said of course so
like
many times.
5 times. Because he's trying to convince himself. Yeah. He's not talking to Louis right there. In his mind, he's looking in a mirror like, of course. You want to do what you want to do, so you have to let him do what he wants to do. Yeah.
As long as you come back home to me.
Come on. That shit was funny. Though. I found that hilarious.
Hilarious. And Louis never even sought to take him up on that offer. He just wanted to put the thought in his head like, look, you got to make sure shit is even in doing this. And lo and behold, from the meeting, hey, Louis, we got it's a man down here in a uniform asking about you. And he goes down and he sees, and this is old homie that he used to be around. I think, what would he say? Like they met when like the kid he was like 16 and Louis was older. Yeah, I don't know how much older meant. Not gonna think on it too tough because back then, honestly, shit happened when people were younger. So that was their little dalliance that they used to have, and they get to talking and whatnot. And the absolute millisecond, Louis even sees this guy and walks over to him. Lestat is clocking
hilarious
from upstairs, has a bitch on his lap, and he just stops like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Lestat was like, oh hell no.
His reactions the whole time was hilarious.
I was like, look at him in there
trying to
and I like the way they framed
still
it.
Making out with the girl but looking sideways,
so you can see
like
both of them. So you can see how bothered he was up there, and you can see how Louis and that guy were just talking. And he clocked it immediately, and it made me it tickled me. I chuckled.
That is an interesting outlook there, Kiki. But I see how anyone could love and dislike both of them, because they both have qualities to make them look like, oh, you're so cute. But then what the fuck are you doing? Please go sit your hoe ass down.
You're dumb. Like, why'd you do that? Why did you do that? Oh, what?
They're both good characters. You can hate them or you can love them, but they are very great characters.
They're nuanced. They're not perfect.
Exactly. They're so multifaceted. It's so funny. It's so freaking funny. So I think after he took the guy to the foresta, and they were foresting in the forest, they did what
they used to do.
Was it that night when he got back?
It was
Lestat had the whole house full of army men.
No. That was like after the funeral.
That was after the fires. No.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out where that was, because that shit was hilarious. Hold on, let me see.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I think the funeral was the next episode.
Or is the funeral the next episode?
The funeral. Okay, so
I know it was after.
He
went to go see his family because he said he missed the birthday.
Because of birthday party.
The twins' birthday party. He bought them some dolls. Mom came out on some bullshit. And I know some folks are going to be upset with Louis because he did come in scaring the girls and he did forget himself. And you know how that ended. It didn't have to end that way. And I get it. However, I'm still side-eyeing his mom and sister. Because you bitches want to still be so hoity-toity a little bit, and you're doing all this, but you still want the benefits from his coin.
I'm side-eyeing everybody. The problem for me was his mom could have been mad, his sister could have been mad, but the fact that the brother-in-law stepped in like he ran some shit, like, bro,
that's not even your house.
Come on,
that's not even your house.
This is my home.
This is my house.
This is my sister.
Whose name is on the deed?
I'm the manager.
Y'all live here on the grace of him. and you're treating him like shit, and you've been treating him like shit, but he ain't even get at you at that. He's still paying your bills.
He's still doing all of that and making sure you have everything you need.
The fuck
and you
out of here with that
in for a little bit. Okay. And then he want to block the door. That's why the door got bust down, because the brother-in-law jumped in the middle. Like, man, your name ain't Moni. You got to get the fuck out of here. Okay.
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing to look at. Y'all, again, paying all their bills, everything in there is courtesy of Louis, and it has been even before Lestat came. It's been Louis pulling that bill since his dad died. He has been doing that. And for all of this nonsense, they said it's been like 6 months or whatever, 6 months, and you don't come over here. This is how y'all act every time he's around y'all. So why the fuck would he come over on a more regular basis? You don't even try to think. And I'm saying this just specifically because of the way the girls act. Is y'all clearly be talking about this man when he's not there, and the kids are hearing that, and they are picking up on that.
Yeah,
and you are feeling that fire, and you don't even know exactly. They haven't been seeing him. What are they afraid about?
Yeah, what's they scared of? They don't even know this man,
and it's your fault. You have been doing all this negative fucking energy, but you still want him to come over here and kiss your ass and ha kiki like it's cool.
No,
nah, fuck y'all.
I did feel bad when he had to bust down that door, and I felt bad that he's scared.
Yeah, because
for real.
Right. And he stopped when he saw that's what was happening. So I'm saying the stress of the situation, I get, and I definitely understand the girl's reaction at that point. But for them to be just so stone cold afraid to where when he even walks by the gate, they run in the house. Talking about it was all
they called him a ghost.
It reminded me of Eddie Murphy delirious. And Aunt Bunny is coming to get me. That's basically the reaction they had. And he's not been there. Yeah. And he's not been there. So why would they even know anything like that was off with him?
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense.
I think the girls were happy to see him. They were just like running away, like, he's a ghost. And then it got real serious.
That's what I thought. I thought they were playing.
I think it got
because that's shit that me and my cousins did with our uncles. I thought that first time I thought they were just playing, and at some point in time he's gonna drop the presents and run around, play hide and seek, or whatever.
No, I thought it was more like, oh my god, here he comes! Oh, he's crazy! Here he comes! Like, you know, when you see that one person that your kids are having fun with, but they're just like, okay. That's what I figured that was going on. I thought the girls were like, he's a ghost. He's here. The ghost is here. They were just running, not scared or anything, but just making
not scared at the right. That's exactly it. I thought it was a game too, Mina.
That's never.
But now, see, now they do have reason to be scared because they've seen this behavior. But I get it. Louis he's not innocent in the whole thing, but y'all are all on some bullshit.
And Avocado. That's a funny name, by the way. But you're correct.
Hello. And yes, let me read that for anyone that may listen to this and not be watching later. The family let his mom isolate him since his brother's death, and things got worse with each passing day. He was grieving alone. Exactly. And I've been saying this about the mom since that damn funeral. Like, look, I understand you wanted your grief to go somewhere. You had to put that energy somewhere. And sadly, for the bulk of us first kids, it's usually us that always gets the brunt of that type of activity. Which is why I feel so much for Louis. I felt so much for him in that moment because I know that very well. I've been there many a time. And the mom just keeps going. And the sister, again, at that point in time, she said, look, you know, she don't mean it. She's just grieving and you're here. She's got to direct it somewhere. So this is the outlook that you already were seeing, but then you still let her get in your brain the way she did and let her kill that great relationship that you and your brother had.
It's a mom. Okay. They're not going to fight the mom. You're going to do what you want to do, but I don't have to be around.
You don't got to fight the mom, but you can't ignore her.
That's what he did. That's what he did.
No, he did. I'm saying she should have also done that same shit.
Absolutely not. Mothers don't do that.
It worked on her.
Mothers don't do that. Not at all. I'm going to let you know how I feel, and you're going to hear the soliloquy.
No, I'm not saying the mom. No, I was talking about the sister.
That's not her job either.
The sister.
The mom's going to have that soliloquy, and everybody's going to listen. And you're going to sit there and you're going to shut up, especially back then.
She can talk all she wants. She can talk all she wants.
Exactly.
But and that's where I could say in certain situations I would probably be like the worst type of human, because if I had any of that type of power back then and she was acting like that, bitch, get out of my house.
I wouldn't have been able to get out of my house. I'd have just been like, mind my
Not
business.
your
I'd have
mom.
did what Louis did and come over once
Understand that,
or once
but
a,
some
like,
scars
a year.
be deep.
And once a year, I'd be like, listen, I'll drive by. Hey, don't you get out the car?
You know what? Just like, matter of fact, just like what the situation we're gonna get to later, just like you don't even get out the car. You just, you look up, you smile, toss the flowers out the window, and keep going.
Absolutely. I don't have time.
Yeah,
I'm busy.
It's some BS.
So,
but anyway, so Louis is all in his feelings, and this is what starts the downfall. He goes back home. He's already pissed. And Lestat, of course, is on the fuck shit.
Stupid ass.
All these army boys in here, and if you remember, this is like a running joke, and I actually just put it together just now that Louis does like army boys. And we've seen that from the first night that he was turned.
Oh my gosh,
he was trying to go after. He was trying to go after the huge Navy dude. So Lestat, of course, being messy ass Lestat, has all these army boys in here now because they about to ship out. So the club is closing. Nah, bro, let's keep the party going. Let's get some music on, bring out some drinks until Louis get home. Just wait. And mind you, he's mind controlling all of these boys.
So funny.
It's like 40 of them in there, and he's mind controlling them.
Yeah, I think he invited them all.
Or he was at least suggestive.
I don't even think that.
Then the alcohol got there.
Trying to party.
No, they were just trying to party. A rich man was like, come over to my house and continue drinking and have fun, and you can stay here if you pass out. I don't care.
Club closed. They needed somewhere to go.
Safe. Yes. So they were just.
I think he mind controlled them at the end when it was time to leave.
At the end, right.
Because he came in here mad. He was like, and then
and Louis was like, "What the fuck is going on?" He was like, "Well, since I learned you how to type, I thought we could get down with it."
Them being petty again. He was like, "Don't you
petty
like these boys for you?"
He's like, and they sing a song.
Right, and they sing. Right.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Lestat is messy as shit.
I can't stand him. Because
wait. It was at the house. Let me jump over to the chat real quick. This is me saying, I think Grace would have still had a relationship with him if he hadn't lost his temper and not that. I mean, maybe. Because it seemed like she was throwing shade even before that.
Well, Corinne points out that he actually, their last encounter, she did leave the baby on the floor and was about to eat the baby. And so I think
she didn't know it was about to eat the baby.
Weird then, but she did leave the baby on the floor and run out the house. Like that's
that's too much.
Okay,
that's weird.
That was absurd. Yeah, you can't put my baby on the floor, yo. You could have put the baby on the couch.
There.
It was a little baby. The baby wasn't even turning over yet. You could have just put it in the chair and it would have been fine.
Prop the baby up.
Put the baby on the floor.
Why the baby had to be on the floor?
Gone. So I get that.
Yeah, see, and in the beginning, I thought he had glamored them too, but it isn't we don't see it actually happen until at the end where Louis yells to clear out the house, and you saw that he forces them all to leave.
It was so many people,
and it was a lot of people. Because even for him and his level of skill, he actually had to sit down and got a nosebleed for that. Yeah, it takes a lot.
I don't think he would have been able to do it twice like that.
Oh, I have a question.
Fair enough.
About something we already discussed when Louis was getting the sloppy toppy from the army boy.
Yeah.
He bit his own arm and was sucking his own blood.
Yes, to keep himself from giving into the urge to bite him.
Okay, because I thought he was sucking his own arm, but then I was like, but wait, is it the other guy's arm? Did he pull his arm?
No, it's when they feed, they do it obviously because they need the sustenance, but it is also a bit tantric, I guess you could say, for them. It puts them in a very pleasurable euphoria type mindset. So
there's so many noises you can use.
And people would understand every last one of them.
Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Oh
So he was doing that to protect that boy, because that is one thing with Louis. He tries very, very hard to be fair and not bestow onto anyone something that they might not want.
Yeah.
So that is one gold star I will give to him, even though at this point in time right now you're still being ridiculous the way you're trying to go about some shit, Louis. I love you, but stop.
But he's in the house.
You gotta embrace who you are. It sucks, but it is what
it
is.
Exactly. The rules of the game are different now. Your life will never go back to what it is, which is why Lestat keeps saying, why you keep trying to dabble in these human affairs. Great, you want to own this business? Okay, own the business. Sit back and just make the money. Have somebody else run it. Like baby girl who is already helping you run shit. Okay, give her the fucking deed. Put her up front. You know she ain't gonna let these white boys come in and talk no shit to her.
Well, I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter because they're still trying to get them the hell out of there.
But
that's the whole problem. The whole
enough.
problem is they're trying to get them the entire business the hell out of there.
And they were trying to do it quickly. I think that was probably their mistake. I mean, the whole thing shouldn't have been happening anyways. But in how they were trying to with the ordinances. No, I thought there were still a couple other businesses.
I felt like he was the last big business they had to get rid of.
I think he was, yeah. And the only reason was because he made all the other ladies the co-owners, and so he was able to stand his ground for a little bit longer.
And everybody else had to go.
Side. Yeah.
Until they screwed, and then it became they basically did the same thing that Tumblr did a few years ago, which is why I say that this is a business practice that has always worked and it's still working today. Tumblr, for y'all that don't know, because I'm barely on the damn thing anymore either, they basically banned all of their explicit content.
They did
after that content being what helped build their whole platform.
It kind of gave them a resurgence because they were failing, and then the Panini press happened, and then everybody went back to Tumblr and OnlyFans for like sex workers and stuff like that. And
OnlyFans was trying to do that dumb shit too, which was really stupid. Like that's literally y'all's platform.
That's literally if y'all all the content with
that business would have been shut the fuck down if they didn't pull a whole huge Uno reverse before they did it. You want to talk about your shareholders and people that represent y'all were worried about how honorable. Are you fucking kidding me?
Now that you made your money, you're worried about how honorable it is.
Exactly. Get the fuck out of here.
For honor. Nobody
it's the same thing
for honorable content.
It's the exact same thing I've been telling people for years. It's the same shit that Disney's doing. Disney has been doing. Look at Disney now. There were titties on a Disney Plus show.
There was ass on Disney Plus.
There was ass on a Disney Plus show.
I was like, what ass?
This is why when people said when once they bought out Fox and Deadpool was coming, I said I don't think y'all need to be worried because Disney knows where the money fucking comes from.
Well, the problem is they took the stuff off of Netflix. That's the problem. That's the real shit. That Jessica Jones, when she had that purple menace after her, like that was the real shit. He was making people do all types of weird shit.
The purple man has some Yo, Doctor Who plays a fantastic fucking villain. I don't know if y'all knew or not. But that's also for y'all Harry Potter fans. Barty Crouch Jr. is who we're talking about. The purple menace.
So they had to do something for it. So I expected that. But
did it start as a platform for artists?
The same way
I didn't know that.
Tumblr did. The same way Tumblr did. Started off for platforms for artists.
Interesting.
And it just expanded and it became easier to use for that. I went to Google it and one of my friends sent me a link to OnlyFans and it was for this girl named Tamika. Her name was spelled exactly like mine. And I was like, bitch, let me see. No. I don't want anybody looking for me thinking that's me. No, but she's a busty white woman from Australia, and I was like, her name is Tamika. Wow.
Okay, look.
Wow.
The one thing that I have learned that surprised the hell out of me is, and I'm only going off of my experience. Y'all, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a legit 100% fact, but what I've seen is white women from Australia built different.
It's hilarious.
That's all I can say. Like it's a little extra.
What's your name
with them? What'd you say?
Hers was all searchable. They was all searchable. Yeah, it's all searchable. But she still looked good.
I've seen both. Mm-hmm.
She was all searchable, but she still looked good. But I was just like, damn, ma'am, you got to do something with that name. That's people be looking for me everywhere. I'm like,
yeah. Don't do that. It's almost like catfish that you never intended and you have no control over.
Yeah, but listen, if I can catfish and make money without knowing I'm catfishing, it's a win-win because I didn't know
capitalism.
But this way going to
boy said it earlier in the episode. Capitalism.
So don't click because it's not me. The titties is gonna be white, not brown. It's not me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Because we
That
gotta listen.
wasn't supposed to be that long of a sidebar, y'all. I promise it wasn't.
Listen, we're almost at the end of this episode. That's the thing. This episode, I was
but anyways,
is relatively short, because not a lot happened. But
yeah, they don't flip back and
mean?
forth in the timelines and locations that as much as they have in the previous two.
The story is pretty much steady.
But yeah, we are pretty much near the end though. Here, you know, he goes to see his mom and all that shit runs out, and the mom is still in her fucking feelings. Ugh, whatever. Back home now, Lestat is being on his bullshit. So there's an argument there. And then he again, this is where he's been saying that he's been neglecting his thirst while trying to deal with his diet. And this is where the thirst catches up with him. Wait, he's already pissed off and shit happens.
Before he leaves, he figures out that fucking Lestat followed him into the woodsies.
Oh yeah, that was the same night when he went home. And that is exactly why Lestat made him.
This was the party, because he was upstairs like, man, all these people in my house, and he looked down and he saw the shoes and they had mud on them. And he was like,
no, he saw the shoes when they were going to bed.
They were going to bed.
Yeah, it was that same night. And Lestat made sure to tell him.
Lock him down.
Yeah.
He went to lock down the room and he saw Lestat.
And the boots were right there.
He didn't say anything. He just went to bed. But that's when he first saw them. And then that's why after the party with the soldiers, he was like, I knew you were there, because Lestat said something. He said, I know I'm a lot. And that's what Louis had said to
because he repeated what the conversation was.
Yeah, and that's when Louis was like, I knew it. I knew you were there. I knew you followed me. And he was like, yeah, I followed you.
And I did. This is the fuck shittery of Lestat. Louis was like, you had your girl over here, though. What the fuck is the difference between what? Well, I don't have feelings for her. Exactly. What the fuck do you mean? And Lestat is, y'all got to go back and watch this scene. If I would have had time, I would have queued it up to play it right now. But in this moment, Lestat is at his very most distraught. I heard your heart's dancing.
Listen, sir. Go find you a rabbit.
And Louis is looking like, bitch, you just sat there and watched like a fucking creeper. What the fuck am I supposed to do about that? And that's why it was so diabolical that he made sure to tell Louis to lock the door that night, because the boots was right there purposely for Louis to see them
creeping
and come to whatever conclusions he came to. I think he expected a fight from that, and Louis just went to sleep and didn't give him what he wanted. So that is what escalated this, because now that he see that shit, he had to push back harder. It's like, oh, okay, we're not gonna argue about it now. Okay. Let's see if you're gonna argue this time. Let me have all these motherfuckers in the house when you come home, and I know your mama gonna be mad at you. I don't know why you keep going over there. I told you to leave them people alone, but that's okay. Game on. And here we are. Now he gets his fully impassioned fight. And again, the fuck boy that he is, mad because Louis let some dude suck his dick, and you had your whole ass tongue and dick in another bitch just a couple hours ago. But you're mad because your hearts were dancing.
Yes, he was like, I didn't care about that bitch. You cared about him. It's a whole other level.
Not cared. He didn't care enough to leave him. If Louis really wanted to leave, Louis would be out.
But Louis followed the rules. Lestat said, you can go fuck who you want. Just come home to me.
And that's what he did.
And that's what Louis did.
Give up. The rules are for thee, not for me.
He is.
That is Lestat. That is Lestat's house words right there. Like, no, I get to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I may have said that you could do that too. I mean, but that's not what I meant though. Like, that's what I said, but that's not what I meant.
I didn't mean you could really do
bro,
it.
Come the fuck on, yo.
Listen, I told you to do that, but I didn't think you would actually do that. And now you've done that, and that shit is trash.
Meanwhile, Louis has had to watch him put his dick in everything on that damn block.
All the things.
And this one time, just this one time, and all this time y'all have spent together, this one time, one dude comes and sucks him off, and you have a whole ass conniption.
Yeah.
Fucking Lestat.
Because that's why technically it's like the third thing maybe in a row, because right after this we cut to him going to the two guys with the businesses who's trying to run him out and being like, hey, we finally got you out of here. They signed the papers. The ordinance was ordinancing, and you got to get the fuck out of here. There's nothing you can do about it now. You either sell to us so we can keep it, or you out.
That man had the slimmest chance to survive that encounter. if he wouldn't have been a fuck asshole.
Yeah. But
if he would have actually been a bit more calm and demure and not uppity and you just some random ass little boy running around here thinking you could play in white man's game, blah 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 blah. So now Louis has to put you down now. And he lets him get his shots off, and I love the way he did it though. He lets him get his shots off, and he just stands there just reload. The dust off his shoulders, fixes his lapel. Oh, go ahead, reload. Go ahead. I ain't got shit else to do tonight.
I got
time tonight.
Do it again.
And he's sitting and he grips him so bad because this is the thing when it comes to vampires, especially the ones that do have those extracurricular powers, that Twilight could have been such a better game if better shit would have been done. But sorry, that's neither here nor there. Louis gets in this man's head. He's like, you know what? I get it. You're worried about your family. You think about them. You think, and thank God they are not here. And I sent them to the winter house early.
Absolutely.
This year. And Louis was like, yes, thank God that you did. Now, were the woman and his daughters there? Louis wouldn't have touched them. I really don't think he would have.
I think he would have
killed his ass. I think he would have.
I think he would have went through everybody. I think he would have went through everybody. He was so pissed at this point.
I don't think he would have went through everybody because he's still Louis, who is still like, all against this killing.
Exactly.
I feel like
he would have still killed that man.
I think he still would have killed that man, but he would have.
He would have still killed him. I don't know. I don't think he would have went after the wife and kids.
Because I'm telling you,
he definitely still would have killed that dude.
I would have killed everybody. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me and mine. I can't leave no witnesses.
The vampire in him demands
the moment
payback.
They say a black man is a vampire, I'm automatically, it doesn't matter if it's believable or not, I'm automatically dead. Like, girl, I'm no witnesses. 9.
And I think that man knew that. He was popping off at the mouth as much as he did, specifically because he thought he was safe.
That's what
he thought that no matter how much shit
he's a white man,
he talked to this little mulatto boy, it did not matter in his brain.
Absolutely.
But then, as they always do in these stories, he pulls out a gun and thinks that it's all firepower. Even if you picked up the phone and Louis let you get your conversation and yell for the cavalry to come in, you're still going to be dead before you even hang up the phone.
That's what I tell people.
No one is ever going to be able to get
here
as fast as you want them to.
They got to get here.
And they ain't always the fastest.
So it's either you find a way to take me down and keep me down, or you go ahead and just make your peace internally, say goodbye, tell the Lord to open the gates so you can come home.
Through you, right through you. So that's what I expected. I expected him to do that, but the problem is that.
But the problem is what he did after. Go ahead.
He didn't think about anybody else. Granted, in his anger, I would have done the same thing. I'd have been like, "Shit! Before this gets anywhere, I'm not gonna hang him up on no fence with no sign. Even though I want to. Let me clear the
house.
Let me clear and get people the hell out of here. Like, hey. Here's the deal. Here's X amount of money. I got to go to the bank.
Here's these monies. Get on the train
tonight. Go somewhere else.
Get your family. Take your peoples. Disappear.
Get out of here. Because they would have came through trying to raise it. It wouldn't have been nobody in there, and they'd have felt. It wouldn't have been nobody there. Buildings.
Yep.
But he didn't do that. He went ahead and hung that man on that fence with that.
And how many people? How many kids now are traumatized because they all had to see that shit? There were so many of them dying in the streets. Yeah, people in general.
Black people in general were
up and down the whole damn block, bro.
Run out. Come on, you better get on that midnight train to Georgia. You better go.
Right. 100% facts. Yeah, because he even after he does the reload and he shoots them shots, he's sitting there trembling now. Like, what are you? And well, duh, I'm a vampire. Actually, that's not what I would have said. No, what I am right now is me at my worst, being pissed off. And you right now are the bane of my fucking existence. So I'm about to correct the universe right now.
Well, see, when people say I'm a vampire, I don't know if anybody else heard this song. Because you remember the movie Juno with Ellen Page and whatever that dude's name is, Michael Cera. there's, I don't know where the song was in the movie, but on the soundtrack there's this song by this group and it's called I'm a Vampire. And all it is I am a vampire, I'm 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 a vampire. And that's and I lost my fangs.
Just that little bit was like
that was already too much.
that was Stewie bothering Lois. Mom,
exactly.
Mom, no.
That's why I love this so much because I'm a toddler. I'm a toddler at heart. So when I saw Mina said he fucked around and found out that I'm a vampire, I just went, I'm a vampire. And you gotta shake. I am a vampire, I'm a vampire.
Oh man.
Oh my god, it's so catchy. It's fun.
Kudos. I remember a lot of the movies that were out back in the day, and the character of Kitty Pryde I think was played masterfully. You shout out to Elliot Page because you're a real one, and I'm glad you're still out here in the game.
My goodness, but yeah,
he was Kitty Pryde, huh?
Yep.
He
did you watch Umbrella Academy? Shut up. I told you I'm high on NyQuil. Okay.
You see me instantly.
You need to slow down on the NyQuil.
Drink some water.
I can't wake up and go to work tomorrow and be able to breathe properly if I don't have my NyQuil tonight.
Bro,
that's not how that's gonna work.
I'm sad.
Anyways, what I was going to say though, just because Elliot was in my brain, dude, the fucking cheekbones, the chisel on their faces is quite nice.
Jawline and everything.
That's all I'm saying. Yes.
Boo.
But anyways, yeah. So everything burns. It low key reminded me of the beginning of Watchmen, and that the middle portion of Lovecraft Country.
Mm-hmm.
When we went through the whole Tulsa escapade. So yeah. That's basically what it is. And spooky season is coming up, and I think I'm gonna have some haunted places on a list to talk to y'all about, including Oscarville. If you don't know what that is, Google. It's an interesting story. So we end with the fire blazing and all that, and Louis is running. Lestat has been trying for like blocks and minutes to get him to leave. He finally does, but he stops when he's almost out because he hears a call. There's young, scared voice in his brain that he's picking up, and he follows that. Then he catches the scent, and he hones in on where she is, and he goes and saves the lovely young Claudia, who he hopes to be his redemption. I can't save everybody in the town, but I could save this one. And he pulls her out, and that is how we end the episode. And my first note on actually wait, let's do the voting first. How many how many Lestat how many Lestat Ho points are we giving this episode? Out of 1 out of 10. What y'all got?
Lestat Hill points.
Lestat Ho points. Mm-hmm,
the Ho points.
Oh, Ho points. Okay. I would give it 8 Ho points.
Okay. All right.
It wasn't too much going on, but it was enough. It was good.
It was enough. It was interesting enough. Mm-hmm. The story was very compact. And so that we followed, it wasn't we were like bouncing around, seeing different.
Yeah, they didn't need to bounce around as much.
So I agree. I give it an 8. I liked it a lot. I like the story. I like the fact that we got to see that Lestat plays too much. I like the fact that we got to see that Louis also plays too much because he is trying to keep a tight rein on everything, and he has to understand that there's some things you can't. Some things you just have to lean into and figure out around. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to run and get some water.
What was the score? Wait.
8.
Okay.
8. Same as
okay, cool.
Sinks. Okay, I'm going to get some waters. I'll be back.
I think we'll keep that across the board. I will vote with the ladies also. I think that is an 8. Yes. And that makes me want to watch Pose. Tens across the board. Billy Porter is that guy. And if you never watch Pose, go fucking watch Pose.
What is that?
It's it was a TV show that was on FX. I believe it was under Ryan Murphy's umbrella of shows that he did, and it basically circled around a house that was in the 80s, the ballroom scene in New York during the 80s. That's what Pose was about, and it's such a good story. It really is.
I wonder where I can find it.
I'm fairly certain I allegedly might be able to hook you up with that.
Oh, text
me and remind me tomorrow, or actually this weekend. I'll have time to do it. Okay. So, dude. Oh, Kiki, that's right. Indeed. If y'all have a drink close by, raise a glass, take a sip, juice, water, libations, whatever you have. Shout out to Kiki's mama. R.I.P. Indeed. And y'all, yes, Pose was so good. Like I have 2 episodes covering Pose. I'm pretty sure they're just reactions, but I couldn't do the full season because the copyrights were dinging me for the scenes and the music. It's very hard to do Pose because a lot of the music they have is copyrighted. So yeah, I think I did like most of season 1, but only 2 I was able to keep up on the channel. Are we doing Agatha all along? We are, but not until we're done with at least season 1 of Interview with the Vampire, because there's too much good shit coming out. Season 2 for this, I think we'll have to wait until after the next round to jump back in on. So guys, the next things we'll do is Penguin and Agatha. And that's going to be after we finish season 1 of this and season 2 of Rings.
Yeah, and Rings is almost done, so that one.
Rings is almost done. Yeah, because we're tackling them 2 episodes at a time, so it's going to be.
So next week is going to be
like mid next month.
Yeah. Hold on, let me. You see, goddamn, it is at the end of the month. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because episode 7 is tomorrow. Yeah, so we won't be able to do
Rings is tomorrow.
Yeah, so we won't be able to do Rings until the 7th, which is because
next week. Yeah.
No, not next week. The week after next.
What, the week after? Okay, actually, it's a good thing you told me that because I think I need to fix that on the scheduled stream I have. Well, I mean, if y'all want to do since we do have to wait for the other episode, if y'all want to do like Agatha 1 and 2 on Monday, I think we can squeeze that in. And then finish out the other 2. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll look at the calendar. And you are quite welcome. I love that show. Every character that was on there was compelling.
October is going to be stupid.
And very, very loosely based on Paris is Burning. Yeah. Indeed, hugs to that. Thanks, Kiki, for sure. That guy has my fake girlfriend. Oh man, Kiki has been covering love. What was it? Love after lockup.
Love after lockup.
Something or other.
Yeah, I watched
that. She's been covering that. Oh, matter of fact, actually, Sphinx, you remember when you said you was going to be doing some reality TV? This is the Kiki I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You probably watch all that.
And thank you, Jackie. Yes, please get the links out there. And also to find the ladies, it's not hard at all. The links are already down below. I do hope you go and partake. And all right. So into our next episode, and this is the episode as to why I put the secondary title of this stream. Claudia is an entertaining menace, and my first note on this episode literally is Claudia is a damn menace.
Listen, she's a big problem.
Just
so funny.
I had totally forgotten about her until I read the title of the episode, which is something in reference to a child, the hunger of a vampire with the reckless abandonment of a child.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was like Claudia was off the chain. I forgot about that.
And like the way I feel like the way they're playing her here is even worse than how Kirsten Dunst was acting up in the movie. Well, and
They aged her up. They aged her up appropriately because in the book she was like 6, and we can't do that. So Kristen Dunst was like about 9 or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something around
so
there.
she's like 13, 14.
And so this girl's like 14.
Yeah, she's 14. Yeah. And the realness on that actually is, another Twilight reference. This is why they have that rule that you do not create an immortal child. You cannot properly teach and train a child to be anything different than what they are. They are creatures that are fully, wholeheartedly, they make moves on emotion alone. One little tantrum because mom said it's bedtime and you still feel like you should be awake and playing with your toys or whatever. This kid could go off and literally go and wreck a whole ass village.
If she wanted
just because until mommy was able to make him calm down by like, I don't know, giving him some snacks or some shit.
And not to mention the fact that she has the what's it called? The appetite of a growing child.
Yes.
The bitch is going to be hungry always.
Always hungry. Like they say about teenagers.
Always.
Yes, she was already going through puberty. So 14, think about that. She's already in the midst of puberty. Her hormones were already changing and doing things. So now you have jump started so many things. And she doesn't know what to do. And the very first problem we see is her not being able to control herself because she's hungry. Teenagers eat like it's no damn body's business. I know my mom and my aunts used to be looking at me and my cousins, especially Daphne. And y'all know Daphne. She always be on with us. Literally, this is almost like a generational sickness. Whenever Daphne would come over to my house, the first place she goes is the kitchen.
Everybody.
And in my fridge. Everybody. And her son, her oldest son, after I had moved from our old place, the first time this little boy comes over to my house, he says hi, gives me a hug, you got to take your shoes and your coat off. He proceeds to walk through my living room, touch, and I'm not adding in the touch. No, he literally was saying that on everything in my living room, and then he ran to the kitchen and went in my fridge.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Leave my food alone. Do y'all know the price of groceries?
Listen, kids will be like,
get out, and that is Claudia, right?
Just bread,
100%.
Okay.
Bruh, Claudia took her first drink from Lestat, sat up,
didn't let go,
and sat up like, and looked at Louis, was like, "Can I get some from you? Like,
please, sir, can I have some more? Like his tasted great. I know yours.
Can I sample yours?
Well, he had to snatch his wrist off. He was like, "Girl, if you don't let the fuck go."
He was like, "Get off
with you."
Listen, honestly, I would have been like, "Pop, damn."
Just smack her in the face, give her a little smack, like, let go.
Lestat legit had the right idea, honestly, because when Louis brought her in, he's all like half in tears and is saying, you have to save her. I don't know how to properly do it. And turning someone is very, very difficult because what happens is you have to bite them, obviously, drain them, but you have to make yourself stop before you take that last viable drop of their blood, or otherwise obviously they're going to die, but you're also going to die too. And some vampires, because they don't always learn to control themselves, they can't make themselves stop. So Louis didn't trust himself to do it, so he had
I don't know if Louis couldn't have done it, because they made it seem like he couldn't have done it.
You know what, at that point in time he probably couldn't have,
because he's real fresh,
even in vampire years, like it's been maybe like 5-6 years already.
What's the rule?
And that seems like it could be a long time for us, but he's literally still a baby vampire out here, so it makes sense that he wouldn't be able to actually do it. But he does actually start to do it.
Didn't know.
Go ahead.
He didn't have the skill, like Meeks was saying.
Yeah.
Or like you were saying,
he hasn't learned how to do that yet. Yeah. Because there's still a hell of a lot more things about vampires and their nature for Louis to learn. And pulling that in now, he convinces Lestat. Lestat was like, what the fuck you want me to do? I don't even know where to bite her. Look at her skin. It's all charbroil, Lestat don't like the burnt ends, apparently. So He was, and
don't like his
Louis,
meat
of
well
course,
done.
is pleading him. He don't. But he loves Louis. Outside of all of his random, stupid, and honest behavior, he does love Louis.
He doesn't tell Louis no.
He did it.
He'll
yeah, exactly. He never
Louis
tells him no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He'll caution him, and he'll tell him how he sees it. But in the end, he is still going to do what Louis wants him to do.
I bet if Louis had actually told him he didn't want him sleeping around, he maybe might not.
He would. I think he would have. Or for at the very, no, I think that's us being a bit generous. At the very least, he would have only done it maybe like once a year.
And maybe he would have
something like that.
Be more discreet about it and not just flaunt it in Louis' face.
And not just flaunt it. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not helping.
Because that's another thing. It's a learning curve, I think, for both of them. Because like we said in our last stream, as soon as Lestat set foot in that city on that block and he saw Louis, he has been sprung ever since. Yes, he does a lot of fuck shit. Yes, he is an asshole. Yes, he's two-faced. He's a hypocrite, but he still loves Louis.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the bottom line.
It was almost like love at first sight. He saw Louis pull that blade on his brother.
Yeah.
He liked that.
He was like, shit.
I like that.
Well, hey, Zaddy.
He's like,
how you doing? What's your name is?
More that, please. Thank you.
I like this.
He definitely saw someone that he could spend an eternity with. And he set about to make that happen. He does the thing. He turns her. And like we were saying, yeah, she gets the blood. And the whole time this is happening, actually, I think it's very interesting that they did this because I don't know how it was handled in the book. I haven't read them, but in the movie, we didn't really get any like inner thoughts too much where Claudia was concerned. And this whole opening sequence is told through her eyes from the diaries that the journalist is reading. Mm-hmm. And she talks about how she felt when Louis came to get her. She looked at him as a black angel.
Yeah.
And then he brought her to this fancy palace place there, and there's a white angel that he's over here talking to, and then he bit me. It hurt.
It's not helping.
I didn't know what was going on, but then he gave me his blood. And I just got stronger than ever. I felt it coursing through my veins. My heart was palpitating. Mm-hmm. My flabbers were gasted.
Come on. My shivers were timbered. Come on.
My shivers were timbered. And he does literally have to yank his hand away from her. And I think it's a thing where with new vampires, that very first bite, that's a powerful connection in itself, but I think it's also hard for the maker to pull away as well, because it looked like he was struggling a little bit. And I don't think it was like a will of force, because they say like new vampires are usually a lot stronger for a time. And I think that's what was happening here, but also Lestat had to fight himself as to whether he really wanted to stop her or not.
From my recollection, in every vampire content I've ever watched, whenever you're turning a vampire, you always have to they always want to drink more. Mm-hmm. The new vampire, like you always have to be like, okay, like stop, like chill.
You have to teach. Yeah, you have to teach them to curb.
You have to boot their snoots.
The first taste is
you gotta boot the snoots.
Pretty much.
If you don't boot it, you're gonna eat you.
Mary, hello, welcome. If it were an ultimatum about their relationship and it were Louis specifically asking him to stop, he probably would stop. Yeah, definitely.
But Louis never asked him to. He just accepted it. Mm-hmm. And so Lestat was like, okay,
not knowing,
let's continue.
Yeah, not knowing the fight that it would bring later. Because one thing about Lestat, while he does absolutely spoil Louis, he gives him anything he asks for, he is still bad at showing genuine affection, because it always comes off as him and his fuckboy behavior. Because everything, like the world's a stage, he's definitely a theater kid, a musical theater kid at that, which is why one of the reasons he's so extra.
I feel like it might be just him making everything mean something. It all means something to him, because if he doesn't want to do it, he ain't gonna fucking do it. He's not gonna give you no excuse. He's just not gonna fucking do it. He's like, I don't want to do that. Just like he's like, oh, why don't we just eat cats? He's like, no. It was no like, oh, maybe let me just try a cat this one night. No, he was like,
okay,
no,
well that's fine. Let's just kill the criminals then. The people that are the number one stand-up great people in society can still fuck up though. What
about that one?
What you mean?
What about that?
There's no way
like, you need to define a criminal.
Like this. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way to decide who's worthy and who isn't. Who's worthy of running and who
because
isn't.
Somebody who could never done like a white person who could never done anything wrong but be what we call now was racist. Back then it was just what it was.
Yeah.
Is that? Because for me that would be it. I'd be like, eat them.
Yeah, right. That's all you. But that's all you have to say.
No, he's not a criminal. Not legally, but eat him.
Right.
So I'm like, I feel like he everything that Lestat does is to show that he cares about him in some way, shape, or form. That's because that's how much he cares about him. He feels like having Louis in his life means that he needs to dote on him all the time for everything, even if the simplest of things. Like, oh, let's go to the opera. I know you don't like going to the opera because you have to stand in the back until the lights go down. But when the lights go down, you sit next to me. We can enjoy this opera together. Like, it's always it's weird with Lestat. Yeah, I think he really does care and he does show affection. But it's
they
just
have
so
a weird
much
dynamic where it's kind of like a master servant type, like a teacher.
Well, they have to portray that. Yeah, they have to portray that
servant,
in society.
No, not even that. Just but like they're behind the doors.
Their whole dynamic is Louis is down here. Where are my fingers at? Louis down here, and the stats
up here. Yeah. Because he's his maker, you know what I mean?
And that's why I think he's not affectionate, because that's showing not weakness, but
no, it's not showing weakness, but I think he legit can also be seen as just a product of his time. Because you think about how long this man's been alive. Society was very different in his past. So I think he's one of those people that still keeps their same mindset. He will tweak, you know, through the millennia, through the centuries as he needs to. But when you break him down, just like with the poor tenor from the opera, when you break it down, he pretty much sticks to what his true passions are. And like we said, he turns out he's a musical theater nerd, so he don't fuck with people that fuck up the opera. And Mary is saying here in the books, I only read the first two. Okay, cool. You read more than me. And when someone's turning another, losing the blood makes them weak in that moment, and they have to feed again to regain their strength. By the way, that also blends in. Yes, that is correct. And Erie Maxwell, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think it's partially because they have different love languages too. Yes, very that. Louis pretty clearly does love him, but he just can't say it out loud. And Lestat desperately needs him to in order to believe it. It's that is a 100% true statement.
And I feel like Lestat shows his love by gift giving. Like he will give Louis whatever Louis asks for. Aside from being like super sweet and affectionate, you know, but you asked me for something,
which is why I said that's why I think that he is a product of his time, because they're like, you know, he's told stories about being at court, or you know, somebody's court in some other country, and talking about how things were back in that day. That's kind of what people did, especially like royals and the noble class. That's what they did to show affection.
Yeah.
Without saying the words. And a lot of times they never said the words because you can't be perceived as weak, which is why Lestat was sprung after seeing him. He knew that was Louis' brother. He's been clocking Louis for a while. Remember, me and Meeks said that. He was clocking Louis for a while. He already knew everything about him in that first moment there. And he saw what he needed to see. So, indeed. And Erie Maxwell, if you've been here before, I apologize, but your name doesn't look familiar to me. Welcome. We hope you're enjoying the chat. So Louis struggles a lot showing affection. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Absolutely.
I do.
Absolutely.
Because anytime you see them,
and that's a really great take.
It is always Lestat the one doing it. Like if he just rubs his hand.
Hey.
They are both.
Yeah, they are some needy bitches.
They are both needy bitches, just on different levels. Yeah. That's a very good assessment you guys put out there, Erie and Mary. Yeah, 100%. Oh, you say you want to see Lestat's story in season 3? Yo, that would be great. Because we are getting a lot on Louis, and I would love to have that deep dive on Lestat. Okay, so one of the other problems, and it's not really a problem per se, but it's something on the list of fuckboy behavior with Lestat. He has issues with Claudia, and the number one being, at least to me, they haven't come out and said it, but it's because he can't monopolize Louis' time anymore.
Mm-hmm. He has to
because
share him.
he has to share him with Claudia, who effectively now is their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Louis was looking for, his path to redemption.
Family.
Yeah,
just having a family, because he can't have his
own. Yeah, if we stick to the Lord, that would be interesting. I would love to see what they do with Marius in the narrative they've created. Oh, sorry, had to take a sip right there.
You see me,
and I was with Claudia, it's Uncle Les and Daddy Lou. Mm-hmm. And of course, Daddy Lou is Louis, and Uncle Les is stepdaddy Lestat, which is somewhat hilarious to me. Makes me chuckle and have good feelings because I call my stepdad Uncle also.
You do?
Which fun fact. Well, people from my country, a lot of times they all run in the same circles. It's a very small country. A lot of people knows everybody. My family on my mom's side was big. My family on my dad's side was big. Everybody that I grew up around knew everybody before they came to the United States. Like, that's how intertwined we are. Like my stepsister, not my dad's daughter, my stepmom's daughter, called my aunt's auntie because her mom was best friends with some of my aunts in Guyana. Like, it's big ball of wibbly wobbly family connection stuff where that goes on. So yeah, I called my stepdad uncle because my family knew him before him and my mom even got together. Me and every other kid in all of our circles we used to call him auntie because we didn't know the difference between auntie and uncle when we were tiny. It wasn't until we were older we all started calling him uncle because we found out that, oh, there's a difference between boy and girl parts. Okay. So yeah. So when he got with my mom, I didn't change that.
Okay.
Random fun fact, sidebar fact.
I'm just fix it.
What's going on with your computer doing stupid stuff again?
No, it's not a computer. It's the chat. It's the YouTube chat. It keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Okay, question. Are you popping out the chat?
No.
To look at it? Nope. Okay, that's weird. Sometimes mine does weird things if I pop out the chat and it's puts it in its own little separate box. But mine has been running quite well so far.
Yeah, it's been doing it.
I feel like that's a bit sus because my computer, the way it is now, this stuff doesn't run good on a regular basis.
You keep talking about it's going to shut down. Stop playing with it.
I know, right? Don't talk about it. Don't say nothing else.
Okay, let me go back to the comments. Quick save. Mary saying, tell y'all without giving spoilers, and we appreciate that. Thank you. Lestat's book is. Does he have his own? Does he have his own book?
Yes, he does, and I'm reading it right over here. The shortness of it.
I am going to look that up tomorrow.
I can't help it.
Spectacular. And saying he's just a crazy person. He lives just by the vibes. Yeah. And he very much gives that off. And the thing that I really like about that, though, is you don't really have to guess about his motives. He'll just tell you. And I appreciate that. He doesn't want Louis to show affection towards anyone else. Very true. He had the same issue with Louis and his brother. Yes. And I think that is one of the reasons why I've seen a lot of people in the fandom blame him for his brother's death. And I do share that sentiment just on a different level than others.
Blame Lestat?
Yes. Because of the way Lestat. Because of the way Lestat got in his head and the shit he was saying to him, that was like the last push. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. in his mind, and that's why the morning after the wedding reception, that's what made him jump to end it, because he couldn't rationalize shit in his head anymore after seeing that Lestat could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Sarah Rogers, hello. Yeah, Louis is the father, but leaves all the real parenting to Lestat. Does he? I'm not sure I would agree with that.
Yeah, I don't really think so.
No, I think Louis actually takes point, and Lestat does it begrudgingly. He does eventually care about it a little bit, but he's only doing it to keep up appearances for Louis.
Here's the thing. Beginning. I think that Louis is actually like the real father, but when it comes to the vampire shit, that's all Lestat.
That's all Lestat. Yes,
that's because Lestat is the vampire daddy.
Because Claudia, 100%. Claudia identifies as a carnivore.
She gonna munch it.
Louis is a vegetarian and Lestat is a carnivore. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna take the reins on this because this is not your wheelhouse, Louis.
No, you're gonna go eat.
You don't know. Yeah, go kill a cat. We're gonna go down here Lover's Lane,
and that is smutch on everybody. That's so clever, because Louis does. He takes her out in the bayou, and he's snapping up fish left and right, and she's trying to teach her that, well, yeah, you could be a vegetarian. We don't need to have fly. And meanwhile, she's looking at him like, I don't know how you do that. Like, it can't taste good.
I know that.
And he was like, oh, well, I try to enjoy it. And she's looking at him like, no.
You try to give little kids something here, taste this.
Right.
Taste it.
Like any vegetable.
Not even a vegetable. My goddaughter, she is so picky. And I'm like, oh, look at this. I got this little candy bar. You want to taste it? No, it's a candy bar. No. It's the same thing as a Snickers. The same 4 ingredients: chocolate, caramel, nougat, peanuts.
And nougats.
Taste it. I don't want to taste it. And I'm like, okay, don't taste it. Don't ask me nothing else. Good. Okay, well, I'll taste it. Oh, I like this. I know.
I told you.
So I mean, that face she was making, she was like, I don't even.
Hilarious. See, you just made me think of 2 of my baby cousins. They not little tiny humans anymore, but they still my babies.
Disconnected.
So this is something that I
hold
learned.
On. Oh no, go ahead, finish up.
Damn it. Okay, I'll just a little tidbit about parenting. When I went through my divorce, we had to take divorce classes, right? In the divorce classes, they taught us this concept that one parent is the strict parent and the other parent is like the Disneyland
is the fun parent. Yeah.
And so I feel like Louis is the strict parent and Lestat
is the Disneyland.
Is the Disneyland parent. Yeah, he's like, let's go out and kill.
Exactly.
Let's go kill all night. And Louis was like, Claudia, no.
Yeah, he's like, listen, you made a mistake. Okay, you got to kill them faster. Okay, you got to work on killing both of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Okay, hold on. Yeah, because there's a very, very cool and key information within that whole scene. But let's clear the chat, see what our folks are saying over here first. Let me scroll up. Okay, Mary saying the Claudia damn it. Not even going to repeat that. Y'all didn't hear that. Strike it from the record. The Claudia plot line regarding her relationship. Shut up. Don't judge me. I was trying to feel better. Regarding her relationship with the 2 of them is very interesting because they're clearly both her parents. Very that. But it's like the narcissistic mother problem. Slightly. Actually, no. Lestat definitely fits that. Indeed. Good assessment. He said Lestat had to teach her how to get rid of a body. We will get to that. There's a few things that happened before. And that the age problem also influences regarding how she views them. Very that. Which is interesting because the dynamic can change for her. But for them, she'll always be their daughter. Yeah. And that's a thing I think that all of them have to very truly adjust, especially if what's happening is an indication of how similar it would be with Claudia from the movie. We all know how that went out. More strict parent and easygoing parent. Eat your veggies. No one starts taking her out, and he's trying to play that father figure. Yeah, I don't think he's doing it for like any type of ruse or anything. But yeah, he sees that Louis obviously is going to coddle her for as long as she allows it. And he's like, yeah, okay, but before she gets to that point, there's rules of the game that you need to learn as a vampire, especially being turned so young. And there's 150%. Yeah, you're right. Claudia, I think, is just picking up on the lessons and the way of things faster than Louis. So
I think it's because she's young and she doesn't have all these opinions.
I think so. Yes, she's a sponge.
Like Louis. Yeah,
I get to do what I want to do.
All in.
I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like I was dead and now I'm alive.
Another issue. I think without going into spoilers and judging just off what was said in episode 1, they're both products of their parents. Yes. Yeah. Very much. Mm-hmm. Very much. Absolutely. And what's going on, Jake? Thanks for coming in, homie.
Yeah, because she was literally once they fed her that one time, she was done. Like she was like, okay, you need to stop. Okay, let's have a conversation before you get out the car.
Well, wait, hold on.
They was like, bitch, where she go?
And that's where we're getting to. Let me get this last one in from Mary. Louis is gentle parenting. Yeah, horrible decision on his part. And Lestat is the strict parent because he needed to be. I do think Lestat loves her as well. And yeah, on some level, yes, definitely, because he loves the family dynamic, especially because that's what makes Louis happy. But no one will ever be priority over Louis for him, and that is the root of their problems. Exactly. That's why I was saying earlier that Lestat is really mad with Claudia because he can't monopolize Louis' time. He has to split that with her, and I think the journalist had it very correct when he said she was just there to be a band-aid for a shitty marriage.
Or a broken marriage. Yeah. Fucked up marriage. Yeah.
And Louis wants to buck back on that, but he pauses because even with his fucking dramatics, he realizes that, I was going to say a
different way.
Something else, but I mean, like it did kind of feel like that sometimes.
You're right, though. You're right. I was going to say something a little more poetic, but you're absolutely correct.
Right. And then he goes and sits in his little chair on the sand staring at a tree. Why do you live in a fucking museum?
Why is he so fucking dramatic? Like,
and why is he all the drama?
The old Louis versus this Louis. I'm like, is this what living for centuries turns you into? Like, you're some dramatic ass fucking theatrical asshole.
I feel like it's more is this what living with Lestat was like? Because Lestat was like the ultimate deranged theater kid.
Right.
So that shit as well. And actually, speaking of the journalist, small tidbits. There are a couple of small tidbits with him, but this first one is where Rashid comes out and is he's telling him that your medical procedure got rescheduled. So we're gonna have the doctor come through and do it tomorrow. And he was looking at him like, what the fuck you mean? He's like, oh no. Don't worry about it. Go check your email. Your doctor was cleared. We consulted with him. He recommended the right person, so we're flying him out. Go look in your email. You'll see the message. It's all legit. And homie's just looking at him like, and this again, what we said in the last stream, if y'all didn't think Louis was also the stalker that Lestat was, you're wrong. This shit has been set up since before that guy actually got there. Louis knows how to play a hand. So, excuse me. He asked the journalist, not Louis, Rashid, asked the journalist what his opinion on Claudia is. And he was like, well, honestly, I mean, she's like a little bit psycho, but I feel her.
I mean,
and I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I stand by him on that.
Well,
she's got issues, absolutely.
She's a little kid who's brought back from the brink of death, and she's alive, and she's a kid who is a child essentially immortal. So I'm like, listen, what you finna do?
She is a child doing child things.
You can't be entertained. Like at a certain point, like I understand that they also aged her up because half the stuff she would be thinking about doing to be inappropriate. Like she. At a certain point, you're gonna be looking at all these people growing up, holding hands, kissing. You're gonna be like, wait a minute.
Right. See, even before that, what I wanted to touch on is once they start, actually not even once they start, no, that like that very night, once Lestat recovers and whatnots, and they take her down because I think there was a body in the house somewhere, and they put her in the furnace, and she immediately just starts asking questions. And what's happening with this? What is that? What is that over there? Wait. Are y'all my family now? Is that what's going on? Are we family? Okay, cool. So all of this shit is mine too, right? Like that chair, that fancy ass chair that over fountain. There, the Chase couch, that's me. Mm-hmm. That fucking fountain, that's mine. That burning thing right there, that's mine. Whoa. What is that burning thing? What are we? What the hell is that? What's in that? Looking in the Lestat is about to fully explain it to her, and then Louis jumps and is like, "Oh no, we can talk about that later because for whatever reason he wants to again shelter and baby her, and Lestat is of the mind of no, tough love. This is what it is. This is what we are. This is what the fuck we got to do." And I agree with him on that. There are very few things I agree with Lestat on, but he's 100% correct in this.
One thing Lestat knows is about being a vampire and what that entails. And what we have now here is a new vampire. So she can't treat her like a child. She's got to learn how to be a vampire and what we do. That's the furnace, and we fucking burn bodies in there because we kill people.
Yeah, but you can't kill everybody.
I'll show you how tomorrow.
Kill people for
I'll show you how later.
Right. Chill out. Relax.
So what I found to be very comical is once they start getting into the routine, we see this little montage of Claudia being Claudia, running around the house. Again, she's 14. This is what young teens do. Okay, running around the house, jumping off of everything, like practicing her parkour.
Yeah, she's got
being mesmerized by all of the mechanisms to black out the sun and whatnot. And here in this very early age of her vampirism, she's already testing her strength with the sunlight. To see what how much she can handle, what it is, maybe why does this happen. She has a very inquisitive mind. She's a kid. You expect that. And we hear in the background, like Lestat is like, "Yo, where the fuck is my penny loafers? Hey, did you see that?" And Louis is like, "Damn it, love, I told you they downstairs by the door. Just go look." And we're seeing this again all through Claudia's eyes because these are the writings that are in her diary. And one thing is funny is she will do random stupid petty shit because Claudia is if Lestat is the ultimate fuckboy, Claudia is the ultimate troll. She is in there poking and poking and poking until them two start yelling at each other. And because they do still recognize their daughter is right there, they start speaking and arguing in French because she doesn't know that language. And meanwhile, when you look at the other end of Louis' coffin, she is got the notebook out with the pen, giggling her ass off, writing on the pages like, "Oh shit, they speaking French now. It's about to get good."
And Lestat is like, "I'm gonna need you to stop fucking writing."
Lestat's like, "Look,
bitch,
I am much less polite when I am tired. Go to bed. Put the fucking pen away now."
Oh, you hear I'm like, girl, she writing on something that's strong because that was a lot of noise.
I thought she was writing on the coffin or something. I was like, why is it so scratchy?
That is a lot of noise.
I mean, you never know.
Sound that loud?
We don't have that footage. She might have been carving.
To their heightened senses, maybe that's what it sounds like when you hear writing.
Listen, because the way it made it sound like she was scribbling with like a knife on, like it was a lot.
I thought she had a knife and was like carving into the coffin or some shit.
No, all right, let me jump over to the chat here real quick. Kiana960, hello and welcome. The reporter Daniel is one of my favorite characters. I agree.
He's one of mine too.
I love his honesty, especially regarding his relationship with Louis and Rashid. 100%.
I like
he is in there.
That's my favorite.
He is in there not giving a fuck about what Louis is saying.
What about
like he's telling them straight,
eating his meal while Louis like eating rabbits and sucking the blood out of people and shit, and he's just over there with his rabbit purposely looking dead in this man's eyes as he's eating this damn rabbit blood.
He's like, "Oh, so you got a farm of people?
This is the little bit, you know how the yin and yang symbol is like both sides are big and they have an equal small part of each other in themselves. This is the mark of Lestat. on Louis because he's being an asshole and trying to get some shock value to shake this man up. Even though you already know the skill this man has, which is why you pulled him out here again, the second attempt to write your memoirs, but you still being an asshole.
He's like,
Come on,
tell me,
man.
do you contemplate
Stop
the rabbit's life before you eat it, or do you just cut into it?
You said the older vampires get, the less human they are. Most times, yeah.
That's why they become this way. Why they are all like float around the room and they're all just so damn hoity-toity.
You know, a lot of people have children thinking they're going to turn into a happy family, but it ends up just causing more problems. Yeah,
they dumb because people warn them
because that's so very stupid.
Everybody knows that is not the answer. I don't
and
know
they do it anyway.
Thinking
it's going to be different when they do it, and I'm just like,
Right. And that is like the base definition of insanity, doing the same shit every time and thinking it's going to work out differently.
People think they're different. They're like, but for us, it's going to be different. I know this doesn't work out for other people, but for us, I think having a baby, you know, it'll make us stronger.
Right. Okay. Yes, we agree.
Okay. But I still can't get over.
And I do like Claudia.
That actor is very weird looking. Ever since I seen him in Under Siege 2,
which actor?
He's just weird. Daniel. He was the bad guy with the Steven Seagal movie with the train. He was the bad guy.
Oh yeah. Under Siege 2. Was that it? Yeah,
it's one of my favorite.
I forgot. I only watched that a few times. I like part 1 better.
I like 2.
And I get it.
It's got a Morris chestnut.
This was okay. See, and I understand why you would like that. I like
and a baby Katherine Heigl.
I like part 1 because it had Erica Eleniak, and if you don't recognize that name, then I'm gonna say you need to up your 80s television series.
It also had.
You know who it is, but not everybody else does.
Tommy Lee Jones.
But no, she was one of the actors on Baywatch. And definitely a lady crush of mine as a child.
But yeah, so I just think that he looks weird, but I do like him a lot. But I just like the fact he has no filter. He has no filter. That's my favorite part. He has no fucking filter. He's gonna say it. If it's something weird, he'll be like, "This is some weird ass shit." So
and that is Louis' favorite part. Also, he doesn't want to admit it. He will never say those words. But because that man has that type of mentality, that outlook on life, that is why Louis again brought him out here to get this memoirs done.
Well, I mean, it's the fuck up. It's the redo. Let's do it again. Because the first time, nobody was ready for it. Neither of them was ready for it the first time.
Martin saying something I find really cute this episode is they used to have birthday parties for her with little decorations and everything, right? Because the decorations didn't matter. For vampires, they've seen literally all the styles. Decorations didn't matter. What mattered is those random ass gift of bodies with party hats on that were on the couch after she blew out the candles.
Yeah, I think the whole thing was blowing out the candles. She had blood on her mouth as she was blowing out the candles because she'd been sipping all night. She didn't have a great time
because they had to keep them alive too.
Look, Dennis the Menace and Problem Child. Like if they had a kid together, it would be this bitch.
Oh, it would be not bad. She's not a bad kid.
She's just inquisitive and she's just a vampire strong.
And she happens to get into stuff. But so did Problem Child and Dennis the Menace. Dennis the Menace wasn't even really that bad of a kid either.
He was just
his neighbor just didn't like kids.
Bless him. He was everywhere.
Hey, actually, speaking of Problem Child, shout out to the homie Jack Tripper. That's another 80s kid reference. If you know, you know.
Three's Company.
All right. So they're going through the montage, and yes, the birthday party is within that montage. And this is where we do also get a scene of the very specific training on the vampire side of the persuasion with Lestat and Claudia, and Lestat takes her to Lover's Row. And if you've seen enough old-timey movies, then when you hear of a place called Lover's Row or something, you know that's the little ridge in the forest that like all of the teenagers go to, you know, have some quote unquote fun times.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, actually, I'm a quote Daniel CC movies, awesome channel, y'all go check them out. Is, you know, they would engage in smelly hormone yoga. And that is what that was. So I mean, okay, is it fitting or not?
Listen, things be stinking, especially back then, girl. I bet you
exactly.
it was raunch.
Ew.
Oh,
ew.
My God. You had to be determined.
So that's where he took her. And specifically the lesson was you have to learn how to maneuver and fight and survive against two people that are moving differently. You have to know how to switch it, how to get both of them where it really hurts and take them down quick. So you can have your dinner and your side order without anybody noticing or hearing the scream.
And they're going to be younger, so they're going to fight back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
so that is what happened here. And how he was selling her, because she was questioning why they were there. Louis wasn't with them. So for her, I think that was like red flag number one. But again, she is this curious kid that absolutely wants answers on all of the vampire things she is feeling and seeing now. And Lestat is selling it to her, saying like, I promise you. And we'd seen them with a bunch of like sweet snacks in the house, feeding people before they get killed because they, you know, the sweetness in the blood is nice. He says, look, when young folks are in the throes of passion, I can guarantee 1000% that is when their blood will be the sweetest. So she goes and interrupts this poor young couple as they're in the throes of the smelly hormone yoga. And once she I don't think she makes herself known, or I think the girl just like happened to look over and saw her, and then her and the dude started scrambling.
She was staring at them because she ain't never seen this shit before. She's like, what are they doing? She was like, what? So this is what people do.
I was getting to that.
This is what adults do. Like, what? Not even adults. This is I don't do this.
She didn't contemplate that. Right. And it was after, like, she stood there being curious. And then obviously she ran into, of course, you know, she picked the dude because she's gluttonous like that. So she gonna pick the bigger one of the humans. And the girl runs off and sees Lestat and says, can you please help me?
Yes.
Oh my God. My boyfriend's about to die.
I can.
There's a girl out there doing some bullshit.
Totally.
Oh, damn. You know what? I can't help you because she's with me. And he proceeds to get his snack for the night. And when they get back home, Louis is like, oh, you took her where? And again, Louis, the naive, we have been alive too long now for you to still be this naive. You know what needs to happen. Stop it. She has to learn how to control herself. And the thing with controlling themselves, after a little bit before this, a scene that I skipped that I want to highlight is that first night where they're taking her out around the town and they're in that alley and they're trying to tell her stop with the hungriness that we had mentioned. While they're arguing to figure out how best to navigate this with her, she gets bored and runs off. And then they hear a scream and they look over and see she's gone. Like, damn it.
I don't think she gets bored. I think she smelled somebody because she was like, bitch, I'm hungry.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it wasn't because she was bored. It wasn't because she was bored. She was insatiable in that moment. They were arguing because she was literally crying about still being hungry. Listen, and Louis is like, you just ate a man twice your size. You can't still be hungry. Louis very clearly forgot his teenage years because I guarantee you he was eating everything up in his mama and dad's house too.
He's used to barely surviving off animals at this point. He doesn't even comprehend.
Yeah. It doesn't comprehend
true hunger and thirst. Yeah, and how to satisfy it.
Mm-hmm. And it's a very interesting thing to play on because people will do some very heinous things if they are hungry. Oh, especially if they feel they're in a situation. I mean, see, and for us, it could just be, you know, a random ridiculous thing. Number 3 happens because we're hungry. Yeah, but for them back then,
imagine vampire hunger, and in this day and age, it would just be,
and nobody can stop you. That it's not gonna be a good look. So she runs off. and they see that she have claimed another victim, and that I think, where did we go after this? Was this oh no, this is when she after to get back in from the Lover's Lane thing. Once she gets home after that, she becomes very hyper aware that something's up. Like, when I was there, I know what Uncle Les told me to do and what would happen, and he was right. Dude's blood was sweet, it was delicious, but there's this thing in me now. I don't know what it is. And again, remember, she was turned when she was 14. So while her hormones are raging still, and she does not have a whole lot of life experience or have someone with her that's going to tell her about what's happening, the vampire senses ramp up that, you're horny now. You have recognized the throes of passion, and you recognize that you love cute boys.
Not even that. I feel like she feels some type of way about it because now she's understanding that mentally she's like what, 18? 19 at this point.
Yeah.
But she has the body of a 14-year-old. And so she's just like, what do I do with this? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start like dressing the part. Here. Yeah, I'm gonna dress like these girls because I'm 19, so I'm gonna look 19. But no matter what she does, she always looks like she's wearing somebody else's clothes. Like the girls are making fun of her, which I wanted to be like, girl, you go bite those bitches. Bite them.
She should ate all three of them.
Bite them.
There is no thing, if I was in her position right there, that would stop me from very swiftly going across the street and dragging all three of them bitches into an alley.
They called her Darky. Darky playing dress up after dark.
Yes,
seriously. I mean, it's an insult, period. But if you look at her complexion,
she's white as hell.
She's not. She is. If y'all watch like Roots: The Next Generation, when Halle Berry's character was introduced, she could pass.
Yeah,
Claudia's in the exact same boat.
I feel like if she couldn't pass, she would be over there. She'd still be considered a little bit better because she's light skinned with curly, soft hair.
Very true. Very true. I'll give you that.
Okay.
What is the objection?
Her? Because she's very light skinned with soft curly hair.
Not fair. Not fair at all.
Are you sure though? The court would like a deeper explanation on your statement, Madam Sphinx.
I'll write up a statement later. And I'll submit it to the court.
Well, but listen, I'm light skinned, but I'm not light skinned enough to pass.
I was about to say, don't forget.
Girl, I can't pass nothing.
Are barely like a half a shade and a shade away from you.
I know. I'm in passing territory though.
Yeah, and it's wintertime too, girl. You about to be white.
Right. We all about to be out here.
I'm already photographing
whiter. It's only gonna get. I'm gonna be clear pretty soon in the next couple months.
I was taking a picture. I went to the a bridal, like a bachelorette party and my friend's birthday, and I took a picture and I was like, oh, look at everybody and me fluorescent in the back, fluorescent.
I'm completely.
You know what? Oh my god. It's that meme. The last part of the sidebar. It's that meme. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was made by someone who is like a Lord of the Rings fan, and I think it's like one character like going to the beach with one of their friends or their sister or something, and they're saying like my sister thinks I'm the biggest nerd, but I don't really know why. And when they get to the beach and the sister starts peeling off some layers, she got a bathing suit on underneath it. She is like white, bright, fluorescent, floodlight white. And the sister that she was talking about just looks out there for like 2 panels, looks to the left, looks to the right, looks back at the sister and says, "The beacons have been lit. Gondor calls for aid."
Listen, bright AF.
If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you get that reference. I will not explain.
What are you gonna do?
But that was hilarious. That is one of my favorite memes ever.
Like, what are you gonna do about it, ma'am? Nothing. Just take this reference and have a sandwich. Thank you so very much.
And get somewhere and sit down. Yep.
Bruh.
Okay, let me jump over to the chat. Did I miss anything? Not Bebe's kids.
Now those were some badass kids.
They were some badass kids.
Yeah. And granted, yes, we know that they had a bad home life, but nah, man, you can't be out here wilding like that. Stop it. Wait, and Dennis also never drank blood. I mean, you're not wrong in that equation, but still, he was a menace. Three's Company was in the 70s. Word?
It was actually, yeah.
I was born in 1980. I didn't know that. While I was still watching new episodes, I did not know that it had started in the 70s. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right. And so yeah, back to the topic. We talked about the medical procedure. That was, I'm sure, I think that violated several HIPAA laws about y'all going to this man and getting permission from his doctor.
I was about to say healthcare don't work like that.
It does when you have money.
It doesn't work. No, it does not.
It does when you have money. When you have enough money, you can bypass a lot of shit.
Some random I mean, unless you're just breaking the law. But I'm saying according to the law, some random person just can't come up and start talking to you about your patient and make arrangements for your patient.
Nope.
And y'all just come to an agreement, sign off on it and everything, and the patient just don't have nothing to do with it. Like that's unrealistic.
Oh no.
And the reason right now, the reason for why I deferred the Sphinx in this is because she's a nurse. So
that's great.
She knows,
but there's still money who can bypass this. That's the reason why people can have doctors and other people come directly to their house.
I will definitely. Yeah, I will give you a tick for that.
Sorry. Money overrides all that. Money overrides all that.
You can pay for doctors to come to your home and stuff like that.
And you can bypass a lot of stuff. It's just going to be illegal.
It just depends.
It just depends on like violating HIPAA is such a big deal. It's such a big deal. That's career ending.
It is.
You will lose your license.
Yeah.
You can't practice it nowhere.
So it's just unrealistic. I understand if you're paid enough, some people will just be like, fuck it, fuck my license. If you're gonna give me $1 million, I'll just take it.
Don't matter. I'll just continue to do shit to get some money.
Yeah, exactly. So I can see that too.
Yeah, so I'm just like, y'all did all that. That's great. Look, and it's just okay. You have fun with that. I'd be like, that's so great. No, but I don't want to do that here. I want to leave and come back.
I don't know if I want to get any sort of transfusion in the vampire den.
I'm good. I'm great.
I mean, I don't think I want you accessing my veins when there's a vampire around.
I'm good. Look at me. I'm like, I'm good. No.
Oh man. All right.
But
so
we're gonna get back to my favorite part with Claudia. Oh. And
which one?
That boy. Part? Her and that boy.
Yes, she fought Charlie. Yes, she was again. Cute. You got to remember. I think Claudia is always with the shits. She heard the shit them bitches was saying, and she was about to walk her ass right across the street. And I commend her for that because I would did the same shit. But she was kind of interrupted by the horse because animals always sense things long before we do, and that horse recognized her as a killer and wanted no parts of her. So the way the horse bucked up kind of like pushed her back a little bit. The three bitches across the street got scared. They ran off, and Charlie apologizes for the accident that he thinks his horse caused.
It's so cute.
And this is the start of her first crush. And this is where she notices that I have been I think 18 or 19 for like the past 6 years.
7 months.
And
she said she's been 18 for 7 months.
Was it months? Thought it was years. So
they just
either way, she's noticing that she should actually be a lot further along in things in her life that that regular humans would go through by now. So she starts dressing the part, and she comes downstairs and immediately. They're Lestat is peeping the look, and Louis was like, "Oh, don't you look so nice and all grown up and whatnot?" Because I think Lestat saw what was going to come.
Absolutely, he knew. He was just like, him, like, hold on.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna just sit back right here and grab my popcorn.
This is great.
I feel like Lestat's just constantly sitting back sipping tea.
He was like, oh my gosh, constantly. There's a lesson.
letting these fuckers just fuck up. He's just like,
oh goodness.
Like, oh look at it. Here comes a lesson.
Chantal Haitian princess, wagwan brethren.
Hello. Like, here comes a lesson. Here comes watch.
Just watch. Look at them go. Watch what they're gonna do right now. Watch it.
But she was so cute. Every time she saw him, and she was like, "Oh my God, is he coming by? There he is. I gotta be outside on this side, and I gotta."
Right. She's like, I can't even sleep.
If he looks up, he likes me.
And he's turning in just before he gets to to get
out of
from
sight.
the property line where the building is. He looks up, smiles. Chucks some flowers at the front door, and she sees that shit and runs her ass.
She's like
down the stairs. And Louis,
Charlie knows what he's doing. Charlie knows what he's doing. If you tell her that was not a date when they were at the ice cream shop, you know good and damn well it's a date. You gave this girl flowers.
He definitely made the gesture of it being a date. Absolutely. I mean, I think the way he did it was very purposeful, because obviously, if she's living in this lavish ass house, everybody in the neighborhood knows that they got money, that they are well off. If we were in Game of Thrones times, they would be like one of the high lords in charge of the territory.
The great house.
And he knows that if he himself, period, would just have like walk up to the door, he would have gotten shut down immediately.
Yeah.
So he does it this way.
Come to their door.
Exactly. And she runs downstairs, she grabs the flowers, and then in her head, she hears, who the fuck is Charlie? He didn't say it like that. I'm just ad-libbing.
Yes,
but
he was
he
like,
questions her, and then you see this look come on her face, and he's like, Claudia, what? Wait, are you fucking blocking me? Yes.
And she's like, I'm gonna need you to stop talking to me like that before I tell Uncle Les that you're talking to me like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uncle
she said that before
like
she
when we
left.
talk like this, Daddy.
Yeah, she was like, "I'm gonna tell Uncle Les you talking to me like this."
I can't. Like, listen. I love her, and I felt so bad for her in this moment because she was so excited, and oh my gosh, that poor Michael Jackson pre-surgery looking dude.
Wait. Hold on, because I want to wrap with that. Let me hit the comments for a sec, real quick.
We have to hurry up.
You know what? That's okay. Yes, I know.
Shows.
We have 10 minutes. I know.
More
Agatha is starting tonight.
Agatha, listen. Yes. Agatha comes out in Grotesquerie. I got 3
indeed
shows.
All right. We are glad you were able to make it, though, Lenore. Appreciate you. And Charlie was a nice kid.
He was.
And it really is too bad that he couldn't make it.
But she and Michael Jackson too.
She did not mean to kill him at all.
That wasn't her goal. But fighting him wasn't appropriate because she's just so used to doing what her instincts tell her to. She didn't even know that she shouldn't fight him and drink from him.
You're not wrong there, Lenore. I don't think it's the two things are mutually exclusive though. Was he looking for a come up? Yes. Did he actually really like her? Yes. I don't think it's either one or the other. Absolutely. And we're seeing it cracked up when Louis said, "This is your father talking."
Yeah, that was funny. He was like, "This is your father talking."
This is your father talking. Clearly, you don't know what it is about humans in their teenage years. We don't give a fuck what your title is. Okay, you can have all the Bobby B titles. Not gonna matter.
Titles.
He really looks like a Jackson. My God.
So, I mean, Loki. All right. So the next big event, I guess, it's not really an event. It's a little blip on the calendar. Louis gets a call. And we found out that Mama Dukes is dead, gone, and he's invited. It's for a second, it was almost surprising to me that he got an invitation, but then I remembered the dynamics beneath it all, because Claudia has never actually seen someone that had died that wasn't by one of their hands.
Yeah.
And she's and the sister and her husband walk up and they're asking like, "Oh, you okay, little mama? Who you here with?" And Claudia looks at her like, "I've never seen one of them looking so peaceful while dead." She doesn't say her or humans. She specifically lets it be one of them because she doesn't know any other way to think. That's what she's been taught so far. And Louis comes over and says, "Oh, well, you know, this is your auntie and her husband." And they both like, you know, he sends her to go talk to Lestat, keep him company. And they both look at him like, "You have a daughter?" "Well, I adopted her. You know, y'all know the street that burnt down, and she was an orphan. So I thought I would, you know, scoop her up, try to help her out, give her a decent life." And their immediate reaction is, "You think you're fit to have a child around you?" And it skirts. Yeah, I think Louis lets that slide a little bit. He gives him more grace than I would have. And his sister chimes in then and says, "You know, we need to talk about the property, the house." And again, this is why I don't like these motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, they are about them, so I wouldn't listen. He gonna be Michael Jackson, but I wouldn't mind. I mean, I knew this was coming. I'm like, "Oh, the mom's dead. Okay, well, he's got to go do something with the house."
He said, "Over our mother's cold dead body."
Literally,
right. And the husband, the husband was like, "Well, you know, we could afford to pay you in installments."
I wouldn't even
but
take
then
the
sister jumps in and says, "I mean, you don't need that money though, okay? You and your little pale boyfriend or whatever, y'all doing fine where y'all are at, okay? Can you help us with this? Can you just give us the house?"
I would have never offered. I'm like, just sign over the house.
Honestly, I'd have just gave him the fucking house and just peaced out.
Yeah. And get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, just take the fucking house. I don't need it. You're right. I don't. Y'all have it. Y'all take care of it financially. I'm out.
Right. If something break, don't fucking call me.
Yeah, something
and
break,
I think
you need repairs or anything, y'all deal with it. And
something happens to y'all, put me on the list after.
Me and my white daddy are going to go live our life with our daughter.
I think that's exactly the mindset that Louis was in. And because once, you know, he spoke his piece and he was like, "You know what? I don't even got time for you assholes no more. I'm going to draw up the papers next week, send them in the mail. I'm out. Fuck you very much." And that's going to be the last. And they're lucky they did that.
Well, as they should. I mean, as he should. I wouldn't expect anything less from either side. Like, this is what it is.
Yeah,
I would have gone over there.
Ties with his family, like he does. Lestat's been telling him this from the jump, and he's just now coming to it on his own. Like, okay, for real though, like I just need to be done with these people.
Yeah, because it's been how many years, and I'm not changing.
And
I'm not
that's the thing. That actually I think is a decent point for us to wrap on. There's only like one other thing past this moment, but it makes sense for everything that went down. Look, Lestat's been trying to tell him to get rid of this human shit. We have other things that we could be doing. You don't have to be putting all these hours in to work for anything at all. Let's just do this and get your shit together. Plain and simple.
Like, it doesn't matter. You got to hide anyways, because you're going to be alive for a long time. They're going to keep getting older and older and eventually die. So how are you going to explain this shit to them? Just back out.
Yeah, that's it. So once we get back to the little space with Claudia, she's been, you know, talking to her baby boo for a few actually I think it was a couple months, and they go on this ice cream date, and she's picking at the ice cream, not really eating it, and he questions that, and then she says, no, I'm just trying to savor it. And he's like, "Oh, baby, I can get you ice cream like anytime you want. Just let me know." And she was like, "No, for real. I actually don't even really eat it like that. So I'm good. You don't have to do that." But their situation progresses, and we get a what the hell was DiCaprio's name in Titanic? I don't remember, but that scene. that scene with them in the car in the
Jack.
in the hormone yoga session with the
Jack,
handprint that went up on the glass, the steamy glass.
Yeah.
Yes, that's basically where this date ends up. And Claudia, again, has never really learned how to control herself. She keeps going, taking in the throes of passion because, like Uncle Les said, a young person in the throes of passion, especially when it's of a sexual persuasion, that is when their blood is the sweetest. And she's used.
I don't even think that the blood part was a thing. I think she just did it because it just like was a part of the sexual situation. No. And so
that's how it started is what I'm thinking, because she wanted to help that gratitude, but then the blood flowed in and it was sweet. She couldn't let go.
I feel like Lestat set her ass up because he could have told her.
Yep.
They were really close when it came to eating and running amok in the city. I feel like he could have told her, and he did not, and he set her ass up for failure because he wanted her to have
same
this lesson
thing. Not only that, I think it's twofold. It's him wanting to have to give her that lesson, because once she notices that Charlie has gone down, she rushes him back to the house and is pleading with Lestat to bring him back, and Lestat is like, what the fuck you want me to do? He's dead already.
Bitch, look at him.
You killed him. So what we got to do now is just get rid of the damn body. And he makes her take him to the furnace. And I feel like that was absolutely the teachable moment that Lestat needed. I don't disagree with him on this. And Louis, again, forever the fucking softy, is like, well, you just burned her boyfriend while she was already grieving. Why did you have to do that? She killed her boyfriend, dude.
Yeah, her lack of control.
Her lack of control that she refused to correct brought her woe and misery. That's not on Lestat, Louis. She did that to herself. And that's the fuck shit of it all with Louis and how he looks at some things. So yeah, Lestat gives her this hard lesson. Like, no, she also go like, you brought me back. You could bring him back. You weren't dead though.
This man,
you were alive.
Was ashy. He was ashen. I was like, oh, baby, you couldn't tell the difference.
Exactly. The super hearing again. You couldn't hear his heart thumping out of his chest and then stop when you were there.
I feel like
no, this is not Lestat's fault. This is all on her.
She doesn't have the control. She doesn't have the control to know to stop.
I feel like both of them could have told her, like, hey, like, listen.
But exactly, that's part of the training that she should have been getting. And they both dropped the ball on that.
Reached that part in her training yet to where she knows how to drink without killing. They've just been teaching her how.
No, but it's been like years. But at this point,
it's been years now.
When do you teach? Because even Louis don't know how to drink without killing.
I think he does. But I'm just like, y'all got to be better.
All right, no, Lestat started her the first lesson. As far as I read it, for her in that arena was taking her to Lover's Lane. For her to be able to, try to distinguish what characteristics maybe are in these humans, how you're going to be able to maneuver to fight both of them at one time, or as well as how you fight with just one. You have to get all these things in. Well, I think Lestat was doing what was supposed to be done, but Claudia don't be listening. She don't care like that.
Well, I feel like even before that, the first lesson that both of them were taught is that you don't drink until they're dead, because you could die with them.
Agreed.
So she drank so much and she stopped, but she didn't stop in time because he was dying. She didn't stop in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the first lesson, because you don't want to die. Like, you can't be out here drinking people to death and then you die too.
And that's also a bit of the euphoria of it, because when there's another
she did jump on that cop
that did this, with that when vampires feed on you, it's not just euphoric for them, it's also euphoric for you, especially in the throes of passion. And we saw that with him. Any other person, I think, would have started trying to push her off in a different situation, but because of how this scene was specifically set up, he couldn't push her away. He was enjoying it too much.
I don't think he could at a certain point. Like, it was just so much blood.
No.
Like at a certain point,
too. You're correct. That too. It all factors in. There was no way he was ever going to be able to get out of that unless she allowed it by pulling back, and she doesn't know any control.
Unfortunately, she learned that lesson. But what made it worse was Lestat's treatment afterwards. Like, he didn't have to be such a hard ass and do that to her. He could have burned the body and then had a conversation with her. They could have had a conversation with her, but he purposely did that because he wanted to break her. And he did.
Yeah,
he did.
It's much like he did with Louis. Yeah, it's the exact same things he did with Louis. So is it fucked? Yes, but do I get it? Yeah.
I don't.
She needed to have that lesson. He could have gone about it differently.
Yeah, I think the lesson could have been done differently. Like, he was gonna die from that situation regardless, but the fact that he made her stand there and watch this boy's body melt, that was doing the most, and that really just fucked her up. Because at the end of the episode, she's just going through it. She's in and out of shit. She's laughing, she's crying, she's scribbling, she's burning herself, she's hurting herself. I'm just like,
it's extra.
Okay.
It's like the Johnny Cash song. I hurt myself today to see if I still bleed. All of that shit is being filtered in here. And Mara saying her parents were extremely influential people that are at that time. And that's why nobody gave a fuck they were queer. Yeah, it was, and we saw this in previous episodes. It was a rumor about what might be happening with them. So yeah, that totally fits. Not calling this man Michael. I mean, look,
he looks like Michael
there though.
And I looked at his actual, like, I went to IMDb. He looks like Michael. He looks like a Jackson. He looks like one of them.
No, Lamette. I wouldn't say he's gay. I would say he's bi. And honestly, if you're a vampire, a creature that has been alive for that many eons, I will have a harem full of everything.
I'm biting bitches on their titties. I'm biting dudes on their ass meat. Everybody's getting bit.
Bisexual when even covered. It would be so much more than just being bisexual. It just,
eating, yes, everything.
Yeah, it is. What would be the better term? Maybe like
pan,
omnisexual. Is that the one that encompasses all?
I think
pansexual.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. So, and actually, I will correct a situation. And Meeks did try to tell me, but I forgot. I hadn't watched these couple episodes in a while, and I thought that Grey Worm Louis wasn't actually gay, but no, he is. And I had the wrong idea, and now that I've gotten more context in these two episodes, yeah, absolutely, Louis is definitely always.
He
gay.
said, yeah,
and so was Lestat. Yeah, and I think Lestat. Well, no. I'll stick with what I originally said. Lestat likes everything.
Lestat likes it. Yeah, he likes everything.
It depends on. It just depends on his mood.
Like Murray says, non-discriminating. That's how he tagged it. Non-discriminating.
He is an equal opportunity blood eater. If that
everybody
makes
can
sense.
get it. Yay. The answer is yes.
If you're cute and there's something maybe even a little bit extra spark in you, Lestat gonna try to hit that.
Very nice.
Jack is saying vampires get their main sexual pleasure from. Yeah. I think that's what it is for these ones. So let me scroll down. After this, I think there's only one other thing to go.
There shouldn't be, because we hit Claudia, and then we hit what happened to her afterwards, her losing her little mind and that little thingy, and that's the end of the episode.
Oh wait, it isn't Mama's funeral.
We already talked about Mama's funeral.
And this did we kick that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We good. Oh yeah, because they were being stupid, and I will stand by that. They suck. What we did was the last scene we ended with Claudia in her journals again, talking shit because this is fresh out of after Charlie's death, and Louis talking to the writer is saying, I don't know how really you want me to talk about this. You know, he asked where the journals came from. Why you didn't show me before? Well, they were scattered bullshit. And I love that he always calls him on his bullshit.
Always.
And he's like, okay. And Louis caves then. He's like, all right, so if you found out that your daughters had a diary, your kid had a diary, and then you happen to find said diary, and then you realize and have an epiphany about how they actually saw you and how fucked you were, ruining their lives, would you want to announce that?
Mm-hmm. It's not something you want to share.
It's a fair question, right? So I don't think Louis handing those over on the first run was a bad thing. I think it worked out. But that's it. Now, when Claudia is talking about if you think, dear diary, that I'm gonna just sit and be content with this hairless privates and whatever demeanor of a child who is either 20, 26, 30, 368 years old, kid gets Bilbo Baggins, 111th birthdays and whatnots. Yeah, you got another thing coming, okay? Because I realize I have survived all of this fuck shit, and that just means I could survive a whole lot more. And this is what I was talking about earlier. She goes in and she starts testing herself on her pain tolerance with the sun. And that's how we end the episode. Which is very interesting, I think. Because she's already a problem. She's about to be an even bigger menace.
I enjoy that opinion.
Yeah, and I like it, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Niasha Hardly Fedai. Let me know if I pronounced that correctly or not. Welcome. I definitely know I have not seen your name before. It's a Levy cannot make anyone. Are you talking about back with the alderman? If it was you may be right. She called Lestat white. Right. That she did. That she did. Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Indeed. So, ladies, what would we rate this episode here? 1 out of 10.
Lovers Lane cars.
One. Lovers Lane who?
Cars.
Okay. I was just thinking something with Claudia. That works. So, Sphinx, what you got? 1 out of 10 Lovers Lane cars.
I don't want to be basic and say 8 again, but I'm feeling the 8 again.
See, I'm feeling the 9.
I was about to say it's like 8.5. I want to say 9, but I feel like
I just love Claudia. Claudia makes everything happen.
Claudia is great.
Claudia is unpredictable and she's all over the place.
She is great, and I love the fact that she's just straight up, just so
unapologetically
animalistic. Yeah,
listen, I'm finna do this. I go
unapologetically her. I love the contrast of her being a adult in a child's body. I always thought that was like so crazy, such a crazy concept. And I look forward to seeing like what happens next season, because I've never read these books. I only watched the movie years and years ago, so I'm super rusty on that. And I don't know the sequel? I don't know what's coming. I don't think I did.
You didn't watch Queen of the Damned?
Oh no, I did watch Queen of the Damned. Wait, was that with
Yeah,
Aaliyah?
It's the same.
Aaliyah?
Yeah, with Aaliyah. Yeah, same universe.
I don't think I knew that.
How did you not know that?
It's been a long time.
It's
been a long time.
Vampire Lestat.
I might have known it and I just forgotten it. It's been a long time.
Sorry,
but I can rewatch it and refresh myself.
That soundtrack is actually.
I would like to adjust my rating to 8.5.
Okay, 8.5. I see you. Marcy, thing is, he wasn't wrong, but the way he went about doing stuff. And
well,
100%.
Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let me jump down. Sorry, y'all. The chat again doesn't move as fast on StreamYard as it does on YouTube. So yeah, for myself, I think I'm gonna go with an 8.75 because this was it gave us a lot, but it held on to a little bit of the mystery. So I still have questions, and I think those questions are going to be answered in the last couple episodes. So yes. Meeksy, I know you got you got some stuff going.
We know you got
always. I got shit to do.
Tell the folks what you got going. Maybe it's something that they didn't even know existed for them to watch. Hit them up.
We'll have all the things. So of course we're doing Agatha all along. Put up Penguin a few minutes ago. Getting ready to do Avatar season 3. Grotesquerie, even though it comes out today on FX, it's tomorrow on Hulu. Because I was like, where is it at?
Yeah.
So it's tomorrow on Hulu, but it's going to be 2 episodes. So that's starting soon because it's the Halloween season.
Jackie, hold on. Jackie,
that's too many numbers. That's too many numbers.
We are not losing that. No, that's not pie.
It's a pie to me right now. Pie. That's what her numbers is. Her number is pie.
We are not losing the numbers game here, ma'am. Okay. So you stop that right now. Go ahead.
And then I have My Hero on Saturdays as the weekend. What else I have? Romance in the House. I'm doing Love Next Door. Sweet Home will be on. I will finish Sweet Home. Sweet Home always takes me a while to get through because I'm not liking the season, but I'm going to finish it.
Kelly.
Rings of Power, of course, and then my replacement for Fringe will be Criminal Minds, but that probably will not hit YouTube for a very long periodic time because I want to make sure I have a couple of seasons built up before I put it on YouTube. I'm trying to think something else. I feel like I'm missing something.
Small asterisk because we once Meeks gets going with Criminal Minds, we're definitely going to do a season breakdown. It's too many of them for us to do the episodes.
But fuck the episodes. I would never.
Yeah,
it's 379,000 episodes.
Hasn't it been like a decade?
It's been like
over a decade seasons,
they've
been on
17, 18 seasons, something like that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're only doing season by season on that.
I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think that's all I'm watching. I finished Baldur's Gate. I finished Fallout 1, so I'm currently working on Dragon Age Origins, a lore playthrough. So I'm going to go through the series to try to be prepared for the Veilguard when it launches October 31st. And I think that is it. I always feel like I'm forgetting something. And then when I leave this room or do something else, I'm like, damn, I did forget.
You should write it all down. You should make a note.
Here's the thing. I have my board. That's why I keep looking at it. I look to the side because I have my board, but I haven't updated my board yet because there's a lot of stuff that came up that I forgot about that I have to put on my board. And that's what I keep forgetting. So when you see me talk about it and I look this way, I have my board up.
All right, wait, hold on. I'm scrolling. Haymaker, I'm not going to show that question, but to answer it is yes, and it was a very heinous fucking situation. What?
Oh yeah.
How am I being mean, Jackie? What did I do?
Because you pointed out her numeric rating.
Oh.
Yes.
You stop. See, Jackie is also one of those awesome trolls
right,
I allow to hold lands in my territory.
Never gets old.
Yeah. Like Doctor Who said, big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Time is not linear. All right. Anyways, y'all, thank you again for coming through and hanging with us. Thank you to all of the new folks that have come in. I really appreciate seeing y'all. And again, just as a reminder, we are trying to get to 1,000 so we can go ahead and get this monetizationals on. So share it across the realm, peoples. Let's get it popping. I also, I can't get a second job physically. I had lung surgery a couple years ago. It's not a good thing for me to be very physical, but I am. Shut up. I am.
No, I was
going to be.
You could only sit with your toes, but continue.
See, look, I am also needing to upgrade the equipment, so we'll be doing some things to maybe help with that. I don't know if Patreon is viable for myself right now, but yeah, we gonna do something so I could get the production team better together. Anywho's, and yes, thank you, Jackie, getting everybody's links out.
That's Meeks' channel right there. she posted Meeks' channel instead of mine.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all good. Ain't shit on my channel anyway. Don't go there.
the lies you tell. Go definitely go over to Sphinx's channels, and I'm not sure what that's in response to. But okay, no, never mind. I see it.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. For sure. So tomorrow, Thursday, we will be on with Fandom and DJ on DJ's channel talking about Only Murders in the Building. If you've never watched it, I think you should. It's a great show. And then Friday, we have Citadel of Trivia doing Batman is our theme. And that means all things Batman. The comics, the Lego movies, the regular movies, all of that come through. I think that's it for now. Spooky season is coming upon us, and I did have a series last year with some short stories that myself and my writing group had done, which seemed to be enjoyed. They got a lot of good feedback, so we're going to do that again and see if we can get it popping. Sphinx, you got something coming up?
I don't. When I have the time, what I've been trying to do is working on my reality channel. So that's still not even, there's nothing there yet, but I'm working on it. That's where I'm focusing my energy right now.
All right, well, stay tuned, y'all. Sphinx got some stuff going on. And if there's anything you guys want us to cover, leave it in the comments. We'll see what we can do. And again, thank y'all for coming through. It's been a blast, as always, and we will catch y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.